But no 9 or 12
But stem
months.
cell isn't though, is it?
Stem cell is regenerative.
Right.
Yeah.
But then you got to get it. You either got to get it out of your fat or your bone marrow.
Oh yeah. Oh
I'm
no,
not, I'm not doing the umbilical cord of some random baby.
No, the guy that he does,
No.
it comes out of your spine.
I'd rather get it from my own bones.
It can't
You know,
be
I just-
bargained with.
I wonder.
It can't be reasoned with. It
But
doesn't
I think that hurts.
I feel like you taking something out of my spine sounds so painful and so serious that it tells my mind that when you put it back in me, it's going to be that much better. So I'll just take the pain. I'll be like, yes, he's fixing me!
Red the Dragon, Night Danger, Canada, Uncircumcised, Philanthropy, Stupid Stuff, Supercross, Pain, Nipple, Machete, Fashion, A Scintillating Bloodbath, Hellacious Fury, Evil, Cannabis, Interesting Thing, Awesome, Radio.
Gonna take it all the way. You better give me my temporary high stepper.
It's the Jason Ellis Show. Jason Ellis. Darren Christ. Michael Tully. I thought about maybe trying something. Andrew Bruce. I'm an idiot. Kevin Crab. Who would have thought eating a bowl of gum would pay off? Mike Catherwood. There's a gun in my head, Jason. I had to fuck. And Will Pendarvis. Fuck yeah, I'm Will Pendarvis. I'll see blowing up.
This is the Jason Ellis Show.
Don't concentrate on the finger or you will miss all that heavenly glory.
Yeah. What up, son? Welcome to the show, everybody. It's Friday. It means anything is possible this weekend. You could be anything. You could even pretend to be somebody else for an entire weekend. But get ready, because Monday you gotta listen to the man again. But it's only a few hours. If you're on the East Coast, some of you are already loose. Some of you might have already Snapchatted me your balls because you've drank too much at a weird frat sort of thing, but it's like a weird house party where you do a lot of tequila and you pour it in the watermelons and you throw them at each other. And then you like try to climb the refrigerator and it falls on the stove and you just fuck your whole life up. I watched a cool movie last night that was really bad. It was called Really Bad. It was a really bad idea, and it was like, I thought of Tully because I was like, this is the kind of movie Tully would watch, because I didn't want to watch it, and Katie's like, do it. I'm like, I'm not fucking watching Blood Glacier, alright? She's like, come on, Blood Glacier. How can it be bad?
It's a good metal name.
I know, but it's not a good idea for a movie. And then lately, this thing that my wife doesn't know about me. Some very mysterious man, but I will watch a movie that is in another language and has those things up there where you have to read.
Subtitles.
Yep, a lot of people don't know that about me.
I would never have guessed, because you've
See?
always made such a point that you don't like to read.
I fucking hate it. But if it involves a blood glacier that possesses the critters in around the environment, and then they start eating people, I gotta know what the Euro guy's saying when the spike goes through his chest.
It's
So,
a
I'm in.
German film? Sounds very German.
Man, I feel like it might have been... And there was one old lady in it that when she started screaming and yelling at people, she sounded super Hitler-y.
I'm guessing a little bit north of Germany.
But the blonde lady sounded
Blonde. Yeah.
super Hitler-y.
Scandinavia?
She was like, Jason, say that! And I was like, man, okay, now you're freaking... Now I feel like I want the monster to win. Because I feel like you're being racist towards the monster. And they were black, by the way. Very dark. All the monsters were dark. And she was blonde, and she's...
It's an analogy, yeah.
I felt like, and she really took it upon herself to kick in and, you know what I mean, help save everybody. And anyway, like I said, I wanted the monsters to win. And I felt like, you know, I felt like this is an Aryan movie made by Aryan people. Maybe they're trying to tell me something I don't like, but yeah, watch out if you're ever in a glacier and it's blood in the ice. Probably best idea to get the fuck out of there. All right.
I think my wife is genuinely open to us relocating our lives to Belgium. Following up on an
did
earlier
you do?
conversation.
Did you work that conversation home?
Yeah.
And
I
it
love
sounded
her.
good.
I love her. She immediately started Google mapping and stuff like that, and she just goes, "Yeah, well, let's take a vacation. Let's check it out."
That'd be solid. I mean, nowadays, what's preventing you from doing the radio show from Belgium?
Well, my employer, for
I was
starters.
gonna say.
It's not now.
No.
And I don't see
I
it
meant
being
technology-wise.
I mean, you do Kevin and Bean, and one of them isn't there.
Yeah, he's in New Orleans. He
Right.
was in Seattle for years.
So
Now
we just got to be. We're not a stablemate yet, Michael. We haven't been around long enough. But if we stay around long enough,
Yeah.
then we'll just get paid to. You can get in your house with your studio, and I get in my house with their studio.
Yeah.
And then some poor fucking celebrity in LA is just like looking at the walls with my Catherwood, and we're fucking golden.
not even necessarily the case, because
I'm in.
honestly, if there's a video screen that's showing you wherever you are, and there's a video screen that's showing me wherever I am, and we can all see each other like that, and it's actually in real time, it's not,
Dude,
it's not gonna be that bad. B, I don't think it's gonna be all that uncommon moving forward. It might not be
Right.
the first
Dude,
time a celebrity's
I
been in
did
that
Kevin
situation.
and Bean one time,
Yeah.
and I know that's the only reason I know this firsthand, and I didn't feel weird about it at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I've talked shit on it when I came back because I was like, he's not even in the room.
Right.
Yeah.
But I didn't slip. It didn't feel weird. I didn't there wasn't any.
There wasn't any lag time.
Yeah, like it was the same as being on Heidi and Frank. Sorry, Frosty, Heidi, and Frank because he's back.
Yes.
Yeah, it was the same terrestrial radio. It's real quick and you go, and there was one voice that there was no face to it. Didn't matter.
Yeah, I think it takes practice, but they, they've gotten good. I think Tully's right though too. It's going to be far more common because, especially in terrestrial radio, because it's growing increasingly common to have one or two ladies or guys do all your stations, under your company umbrella,
Right. So I'm not actually. I don't want to move to Belgium just yet. Also, but I'm definitely. I feel like living on the East Coast was the first act of my life, and I feel like Los Angeles is the second act of my life, and I'd like to think there might even be more than 3, but I definitely want there to be more than 2. So I'm not in any hurry to get started on Act 3, and I'm definitely considering, children and schools and shit like that. Do I want to have a little Belgian, like a little Dutch asshole? I don't know. But I'm just saying that my wife might be down.
Having a Dutch asshole could be tough.
Little half Japanese Dutch asshole.
Oh, man.
That's good looking people though. Japanese Dutch mix. That would be a really attractive person.
Well, great for him.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if he came back here, world traveling motherfucker, speaking different languages and shit.
With his raspy voice. Just
Ha ha ha. Am I Asian or am I white guy or am I French?
I
Bamboozle.
My wife has family in Sweden, and that's often I've thought about that a lot.
Yeah.
Like if shit just goes poorly, let's just cash in our chips and head to Stockholm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how far south I can get and still be in that same basic culture. That's all this is to me.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not allowed to go. Until my kids are all. I'm divorced. I have to stay where I don't want to go. But I never really. I mean, just thinking about going to other countries, I always felt like if I was going to go anywhere, I would like to go. It doesn't matter where. It just has to be like alone, away from everybody.
Right.
It doesn't really matter what land it is. I'd prefer it was here. But
after living in LA for long enough, everywhere seems like you're alone from people.
I'm just.
Besides, like Manhattan, if you go places, I've found like when I travel anywhere, I always feel like I'm isolated when I'm not in 14 million people crammed into.
Right.
Yeah, everything's relative. If that becomes your normal, then everything else is going to seem sparse by comparison.
I just don't see myself getting older and thinking I want to move to Manhattan and sort of, go to dinner there a lot and catch Ubers and live that, like a 60-year-old life. I don't see me becoming obsessed with the streets.
Yeah. It keeps you young, though, I will say, because like you're kind of forced to walk a lot and be active living in New York City.
I just feel like it's weird. I feel it's where you come from kind of thing. I feel like there's some sort of bush thing to me that thinks, it might not be right because I've never done it, thinks that a farm life is better.
I'm with you.
I don't know. I think that's like your heritage. I think people like where my bloodline comes from is you're very successful. Then you would have a farm and you would be by yourself and you could take care of yourself.
Right. I don't know why I always have when I sit back and just let my mind go free and have dreams about the future, it's always in some type of rural farm life. You know, I got my horses and my chickens and
Yeah. It seems like peaceful and shit.
yeah.
Maybe you and Andrew could team up. You take turns being each
But
other's
Andrew, you
loyal
just want your
bartends.
wife and your dog. You don't want Kev.
I would love to have like a co-owned cattle ranch in Catherwood.
Fuck yeah.
Wait, you want to hang out with him every day?
I mean, we see each other passing while we're milking cows. Like,
Wait, you walk and milk cows at the same time?
You just see him in the distance on the range.
Yeah, what the fuck?
nod my cowboy hat at him.
Oh.
Right off. And
Just
I'm getting hard.
The subtlest of tips of caps.
Right. I'm shirtless on a horse, and you're down on your knees, getting dirty, milking a cow.
You guys have conversations that take like 5 minutes and feature like 18 words
Yeah.
total.
Well, these cows looking good.
sure would love a rainstorm.
That'd be nice.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Man.
All right. See you tomorrow.
I mean, if I was
Are
anyway...
you guys planning on being mentally retarded by
Yeah.
the time you get out there?
Yeah.
No, Tully. We're taking advantage of the slower paced lifestyle.
I'm gonna shoot both of you in the fucking head. And you just rot on your farm because no one's gonna care.
rain is wet.
Oh, we're shooting everything. We're shooting fucking everything that comes by.
Oh man.
Oh, looks like a puddle cloud.
You fucking idiots. What are you on a Clydesdale or something, you giant fucking asshole? Like, what kind of horse ride can you hold?
Well, I got like a wagon.
Oh.
Multiple horses.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
that's pretty pimp.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm just on like a little mule.
Yeah, I'm more like, I feel like a donkey with the double, the two rifles in the back is my style. Like, fuck a horse. I'm
That'd
a
be
donkey
pretty sick.
too, yeah.
Shirtless with like a bandolero of,
Yeah.
of bullets.
Let's be realistic. If the horse goes maximum speed, am I going to be comfortable with that? You know what I mean? Like, I've got guns on my back. I don't want to fall off. If a donkey, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm cruising.
Yeah.
And then when there's a fight, I get off the donkey and we fight. You know?
Have you ever been on a horse going full speed?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I don't want to. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I fucking almost died, dude. I'm not very good at it. And I felt it got to a speed, I was like, oh my god, it's going to end right now. And it, you know what I mean? I somehow, it stopped before I came off, but I was like, this is going to be the biggest crash of my life. It's like a car crash. We go so fast.
Sure.
And you had no, I had no helmet or anything on.
It's more like a motorcycle crash.
Yeah, but with no gear. I was like, this is going to be so bad. Yeah, look, moto gear on a donkey. That might be not a bad idea. You know what? I changed my mind. I need a horse. I think I'm too big for a donkey. Because every now and then I might want to go that fast. Yeah, good point.
Wait,
Okay, I changed my mind.
Did you just Google moto gear on a donkey?
No, riding a donkey, that is the first photo that came up.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I was going to say you could just pretty much make a game out of making up nonsense phrases and then betting on whether or not you can find an exact match in Google image.
Boy riding a donkey in northern Iraq.
Hey, that's good donkey country.
That's supreme donkey country.
They suck off donkeys there.
I believe that happens.
They fuck them.
Yeah.
They fuck donkeys there.
And goats. for
Yeah.
revenge.
It's like rite of passage. Before you get the lady, you practice on the goat and the donkey.
It sounds
I want to say that was South America somewhere.
Well, it's a documentary, Michael. I get them all mixed up.
Well, I mean, the documentary.
All I know is the boys were 8 years old and they all had mustaches.
That's it.
The documentary I watched about a horse fucking a guy to death. That was good old US of A.
Wait, the horse fucked him to death.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I always thought the Mr. Hands video of this man being fucked to death by a horse. I just assumed, I'm like, oh, Colombia, Russia.
Do you see that boxer
Sure enough,
guy
it's Washington.
say that he wants to kill a man in the ring?
Nah.
It's pretty gnarly, right?
That seems intense.
Right, especially when you're like the greatest boxer in the heavyweight division, and you're saying your number one goal now is to kill a man.
It
In
was
the...
Anthony Joshua?
Yeah, I think no. Who was it? Who was it?
Deontay Wilder. Yeah, that seems more like him.
So he'll face Anthony Joshua if Anthony wins this weekend.
And if Anthony wants to die.
Obviously, right. Yeah, what a douche.
I don't. From what I understand of Deontay Wilder,
got no respect
and
for
the
anybody
little
that
bit
says
of
that.
interviews I've seen of him, and also watching his fights, I don't think this was like a publicity stunt. I think he genuinely wants to murder someone.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
He's a pretty intense guy.
It's not about murder, man.
No,
Where's the sweet science? Disrespecting your craft.
Have you
Some would
watched-
argue there is a sweet science of murder.
Have you ever that's
you know,
a great
yeah.
album name.
That's what a fucking maniac would say. Yeah, that there is I agree that if you're like the dudes that eat people and shit, yeah, there's a sweet science to that.
That is just the best like math metal band. The Sweet Science of Murder.
Yeah, I'm too old to be in that band.
Right? It's kind of like a Trail of Dead thing.
Yeah, you'd have to be 25 to legitimately have a straight face in that band.
It's the Dillinger Escape Plan like side project.
Man, this guy just throws hammer fists on top.
That's
of
what I was
people's
going to say.
heads.
You were talking about the Sweet Science. From what I've seen, and I'm certainly not a boxing expert, I'm just a big fan. Deontay Wilder, not exactly someone who practices the Sweet Science. He just destroys people's bodies with wild.
Really badly in his last fight and came out with like a 10th round knockout, which was surprising. But yeah, he's not the most proficient or technical sound.
Yeah, and it's always, man, everybody's up and coming thing is the fight game is tough, man. There's a lot of people in the fight game that your first couple of fights you get given lambs, and I just feel like you work so hard and you hit each other in the gym and you know how bad it is. I don't give me a lamb, dude. Like I ain't gonna try and kill somebody. It's, I mean, if you're nowhere near my level and I'm just socking you apart, but I see that in tons of people, dude. First couple of fights, man, they get given a dud. I'm like, man, what's it like to be the dud where you're just like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna get paid, but hopefully I don't die.
Well, wasn't, and I'm not being
Man, his right hand is, in my opinion, pretty straight.
Ooh. It's also.
I mean, I guess it fucking works, but it doesn't. Like he doesn't even use his legs. He just
No, he's not a technical guy.
He just.
Not a lot of heavyweights out there to fight. There's like the Anthony Joshua who's still up and coming in English, and then Tyson Fury had a couple fights, but he's like a gypsy and he's gone crazy.
well, you know those gypsies. Obviously, we can just reduce them to a stereotype, and that explains everything you need to know about
Get
that
him, Michael.
human being.
Yeah, you son of a bitch, Andrew. Thought you'd have more respect for people your height.
Unfortunately, also a filthy gypsy.
Yeah, scumbag gypsy. Need rewrite. You didn't do that.
You seem to think we could extrapolate a lot from that word.
There is an erratic kind of nature to someone who doesn't have a home, who just travels the world living like a gypsy. I could see where, that does imply certain things. They're not going to necessarily be the most accountable people.
Isn't he more like a drunk crazy guy?
He's like a real pikey, right? Where in Snatch, the Brad Pitt's character, he's like a real one of those.
I just don't understand why. He's just a drunk. He's a wild guy. Don't have to be a gypsy to be a wild guy.
They take your watch, tell you your future.
And was he really a gypsy?
Yeah, no, he legitimately just he has like a RV, and him and his family just kind of cruise.
Well, let me be clear what we're talking about, because there are literal gypsies,
Yeah.
the Romani, however you say that word, and then there are people who live like gypsies.
Gypsy King Tyson Fury.
Okay, so yeah, he believes he is apparently a proper gypsy.
All right.
But I also think he's been open about battling some mental health issues, which is, I think it's admirable for him to nip that in the bud instead of just trying to push forward with a fight. Mike Tyson's always been open about the fact that he compromised a lot of his mental health by pushing through and saying, I just got to fight and make money, instead of really tending to his mental health.
Yeah, and usually, wanting to punch people in the head and get punched in the head for a living, you might already have a mental issue.
Oh, he changed his name. Once you get into changing name territory, you're gone.
Wait, he changed his name to what?
Gorga Tice?
Meta World Peace.
Oh, he did that, huh?
Yeah.
Gorga Tice.
Just to what? Was he still fighting, or is he just like, I'm out of here, go get
Star Wars character.
He just said he's not a gypsy anymore. He doesn't... I just feel I'm not a gypsy. I don't have the same beliefs as the gypsy culture. I denounce, and I am a gypsy no longer.
Like he was the next big thing after he beat Klitschko, and then cocaine and drug use and all that stuff.
Hell yeah! I mean, he won the champ, fucking buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well...
Good for him.
What about... Yeah,
A lot of guys get a belt and then lose it the next time. How many people really just take that to the limit?
Yeah, I'm happy for him. It doesn't. But all that doesn't make boxing that exciting. When you bring all that up, it sounds like it's a bunch of almosts and maybes, and
Yep.
you know, you don't get like these reigning glorious champions that the UFC are brewing up.
That's right. And on that same subject, it looks very unlikely that the Canelo Triple G rematch will be happening as scheduled.
Yeah, I see all the memes of Canelo's steroid use. They're putting a lot of Brock Lesnar body on with his head on there. Very funny stuff. But he wasn't going to win anyway, and they already had the fight, so not cry a river too fucking hard. We saw what happened. I mean, sure, another one would be great, but it's not like you didn't already see it. It did happen once. You know?
It did happen once.
It wasn't that fucking exciting.
No,
I mean,
it
I
wasn't.
guess-
Which is why that's the reason I was looking forward to the second one. I would hope that the first one would have served as a a feeling
Okay,
out or
yeah,
what have
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I don't recall. Didn't the second one start getting mildly interesting toward the end? Am I crazy, or was it just boring the entire time?
No, it wasn't boring the entire time. They landed shots. I'm just maybe I mean, there's more intense fights out there in mixed martial arts. Look, I don't even know. I was really thinking about this lately. What I like about fighting, and how things have changed. Where I'm like a mixed martial artist. I don't really like that as much as I like boxing, and I do not box anymore. I put enough effort now where I just stand in a way where I only want to. I do everything. I want to try and do everything. And I was thinking about it the other day, hitting the bag. I'm like, you haven't even hit pads with somebody who's strictly a boxer in fucking 5 years. Like you're gone.
Well, there's something, I don't know, it feels, I guess if you've experienced it at all, other forms of combat sports, there feels like there's something limiting about
It does.
boxing, because at any time there's a 140-pound Thai guy that could just kick your legs out, or a wrestler that would just tackle you.
And to me, it is more knowledge to me. It's like I feel like, to really be critically much better at boxing, I know what that takes, and I don't have it in me anymore. I don't want to go to Wildcard and pay for somebody to help, and obviously spar, because you're not going to get better without doing it all. And I know I'm at the point now where to get better is you get in there and you fucking, you're putting in real work, and my body doesn't have it anymore. But MMA, you can go to the gym and you can learn little, even when Tony was saying about, little ankle locks and stuff, I usually don't fuck with that because my legs are so bad from skateboarding that I don't feel like it's fair that I play with your feet, because if you touch my foot, I'm going to tap.
Yeah.
Because my limbs are gone. But he made me think if I did do it, but even when I work the bag, I always kick and knee and elbow, and I try spinny stuff all the time. Even though it's terrible, I just do it because it's doing new stuff. I feel like if I... Like I said, if you go to Justin Fortune's and you work with him for a month, you'll get your shit back, and it'll be fucking ba 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 ba, and I'll know it. I'll be like, man, I got crisp again. But I'm not interested as much as just like doing little, even the Tony, like doing stuff that wouldn't even work. Like I work the bag and do stuff where I'm like, I'm pretty sure I would never try that on anybody. It won't work, but it's my bag and it's my morning. Like why do I have to answer to rules and regulations? Like I do all kinds of weird little elbow things, and then I'll do an elbow and then go for an underhook and like pretend that I'm like driving into wrestling. I'm pretty sure none of that. Or like sometimes I go, ooh, that might have worked, and then the other 80% of the time I'm like, that's so stupid. But you just make up new stuff because you can.
It seems like it's a lot more open-ended.
Yeah, especially now. I feel like all the MMA dudes look like their own thing, and they train their own way. I watched that Conor McGregor documentary, the Netflix thing, and like, the last bit I already know about, but the early day stuff, watching him train, he got a bunch of zits on his face, and living with his girlfriend, and the whole plan and the dream. It's awesome to see that, because I forgot about that part. But then I also, the amount of sparring that those guys do, and how many times they get hit. I feel I'm a little punchy from all the things I've done, but talking to Tony, I could tell, and he said it too. I'm punchy. They are, but they get cracked all day. With this Conor McGregor thing is just like his sparring is, he's beating up a lot of people, but man, they're all landing on him too. And it's MMA glove sparring. They have headgear on, but they fucking crack each other every day. Pretty gnarly.
In the documentary, did they address when he went to that face-off that one time with a boner?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whole nother documentary just about that boner.
Yeah, the very end of the documentary is like it shows a collage of Mayweather shit. It doesn't show the actual, the whole deal.
I'm gonna watch the Boner McGregor documentary.
Yeah, that ain't out yet. Sorry, guys. There's no spoiler alert because it doesn't happen. So maybe that'll be in the next one. But it is cool to see all the mental prep and up and down shit that he went through and his mindset to get there.
That mindset,
cool.
exactly. When he's just a nobody, 20-year-old something, and he's like, I'm going to be the greatest in the world, and you're just like, wow, that's really impressive.
Yeah, I mean, he had something, he had something special from the start. You know what I mean? The dude moves in a weird way. I don't know. I mean, because from the start of the video where I saw he got no fucking tattoos. He's just like a young kid with zits. He fucking moves crazy. His hands are crazy already when he's like 17, and he's got like a crazy work ethic. I'm actually kind of blown away that he's not as good a wrestler and jiu-jitsu guy, because it seems like he goes all day. Just, I guess, like he's like a freak at stand-up and just average at all the other stuff. Maybe. I don't know.
You wonder how limited he was in training partners too, because to be on a high level in grappling, wrestling, and jiu-jitsu and stuff like that, you also got to be training alongside people who are high level. I mean, like, remember when Cormier was here? He's just talking about like having Marcus Buchecha come up and roll with him and stuff like that. You got guys that are tapping out Cormier left and right, and that's the caliber of people he's training with all the time.
Right.
And you wonder if in that part of Ireland that he was even afforded the ability to train with people that are going to really up.
Well, you know his camp. You know the best guys he's got.
Yeah.
You know the best dude in his camp. He's the fucking Iceland guy. Gunnar Nelson is the best guy in their camp that isn't Conor. And Conor, usually his sparring partner is that fucking the Russian guy, the Russian hand grenade guy, and he ain't that special. So yeah, I could see how if he moved with better people, but he must bring people in too. Like he just posted a photo this morning of some crazy wrestler guy that he's rolling with.
He does now. I'm just saying, like, in the game coming up, you wonder how much he was afforded as far as training partners back then.
Yeah,
because Lord knows there's probably amazing boxers in any part of Ireland, but who knows what he was given as grappling partners.
Right, because they don't have the background that if you're in Brazil and you grew up in the gym, like, you're probably going to be pretty good at jiu-jitsu because everybody that you've rolled with over there, you probably felt somebody pretty tough.
Yeah, when you're talking about the Fighting Irish, it's always just the put your dukes up guys.
Yeah, they really just know how to punch each other in the face. It's like, and make potatoes.
Yeah,
that's
it's quite literally their mascot.
Yeah. So yeah, but he, I don't know. It looks like he's working hard. I believe this guy will be back. I'm excited to watch any of it. I'm bummed the fight's not this weekend. I'm terrified that these people are still training as hard as they can. I'm like, come on, man, come on, Dana, can't you make like a week off of? Everyone in America gets a vacation, and this fight starts on Wednesday or something. Because I just don't want them to 7 days. I think you guys could get hurt so easy in 7 days.
Here's Glory this weekend.
I'm going to it.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I'm going with Aubrey Marcus. I know. I got a fucking hookup. I know. I'm just so glad you just brought that up. Right?
Yeah.
I know. And Whitney was like, you should fight in Glory. And I was like, why? I'll fight Jose Canseco.
Oh, that'd be an awesome fight.
Right? He's gigantic too.
I'd watch that.
By which you mean his brother.
Yeah, Ozzy will show up.
Because he cheats, that's right. Yeah, but I'm excited to see.
Ozzy Canseco's like my size. It's...
Oh, really?
How he thought that's just gonna be like no one will care or notice.
Wait, one of them's 3 foot shorter?
Jose Canseco's a linebacker. He's huge.
I know, I bet him. He's
twins.
fucking gigantic.
They're twins.
But Ozzy, honestly, I'm gonna say Ozzy's 6 foot tall, so he's not my size. But Jose's noticeably fucking bigger.
Yeah.
Well, damn, he's beefed up.
They're trying to match each other.
Well, yeah, Ozzy's job is being Jose. Like, I feel like definitely if Ozzy walks in the room, I'm pretty sure I go, well, his nose is way more crooked too. Looks like he's been doing a lot of fighting.
He's like a jankier version of.
Yeah. I feel like if he walks in a room, if you remind me before he comes, like I definitely feel like if you ask me which one it is, I would be able to tell if one of them walked in the room, and I would even go so far as to say, as if Jose Canseco was billed as appearing somewhere and Ozzy walks in, I think I smell some sort of rat. They do look different enough.
Look at that picture of them in the upper left hand. Go back to
because when they were young, they were identical.
Look at that picture in the upper left. See what I'm saying? Like he's not as big, but
yeah, but if he's not there next to him, you don't know.
Exactly. You don't get the benefit of the side by side comparison when Jose is ripping off the fans at some Indian casino.
Jose Canseco almost beat me up on a red carpet.
Why?
Because I was fucking with him. I was being a dick. I mean, I was asking him questions. He was on a red carpet right after he was released his book. It was probably like 2005-ish.
Yeah.
Juiced.
And I was like, what's it feel like to be a giant rat? Does it feel? And he grabbed me by the lapels of my jacket. He's like, what'd you say? What'd you say? You want to say that again? I was like,
whoa!
No, I don't really want to say it again.
Wow!
I should have. I mean, it would be awesome if you punched me.
His management hit me up one time about fighting at Ellis Mania. And then I was like, fuck yeah, I'm in. And then he wanted like, I don't know, it was like 150 grand or something. And I was like, no, I think the whole event isn't worth, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. So
that would be an awesome fight.
He must get paid a lot of money to do stuff.
He fought Bonaducci, right? That was the last.
That wasn't real. That was a fake one. That was a fake fight.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm positive. I watched it. That was a hokey fight.
Are you sure they're not just hokey fighters?
I mean, I'm very punchy, but I believe I did watch the fight, and I was like, oh, they're faking it. Yeah. It's a fake fight. Because Danny Bonaducci would die because he's a very small dude.
Yeah, he's very little,
and he's very, very confident. He just stands there in the ring, and I'm like, wait, the other dude's like 300 pounds. If you land a shot, it's gonna do something. It seemed like didn't land a shot. No, I mean, it went the distance, right?
I don't remember. I just remember they fought.
It was a celebrity boxing with the Fox specials, right?
I think so. I don't know if it was one of that. It might have been just a separate one-off because in the Fox special, I think Danny Bonaducci fought Greg Brady.
Oh my goodness, you're absolutely right.
That's right. And Greg Brady was like, I did not sign up for this kind of thing.
Right.
You could tell as soon as he got hit, he was like, okay, what the fuck is going on here?
Yes.
Yeah, I felt bad for him. But I think I watched the fight, and didn't Danny Bonaducci, the other dude have the fake tattoo sleeve thing on? So he looked like he had tattoos? Yeah, see? So he had some body thing on to make him look like he had a giant amount of tattoos on him.
Weird.
It is weird. Which also means it could have been
Canseco always Bonaducci by 80 pounds.
Yeah. 80 pounds, man! And we're not talking about Danny Bonaducci being like Floyd Mayweather and just making people miss. He got hit! So it didn't, in my opinion, nobody threw a real punch.
Speaking of gigantic celebrities who have never been more famous, Corey Feldman got his test results back.
And he's dead?
No, they must have used, the Wolfpack who was out to get him must have used some sort
undetectable aids?
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, if you thought that you were going to be able to identify their nefarious doings by standard medical testing, you thought wrong. He has come back negative for all drugs and diseases. And indeed, there is still some debate as to whether or not anything happened to him at all.
Can I just ask, did you say that they did a test and he has no drugs in his system?
Shocking.
Because there's a photo of him in hospital and he has a weed pen in his hand.
Well, maybe they didn't test him for that because they wouldn't have been. They're trying to figure out if he has like poisonous drugs.
Right. So so I'm saying they tested to see if he was poisoned. They didn't test to see if he had drugs in his system because he's got drugs in his system.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
If he doesn't, then he's really in need of help. Like if that's all sober, he needs immediate medical.
It's not, dude. I've come close enough.
That's Courtney Love was on Loveline one time. She's like, I haven't had any drugs or a drink in 2 years or whatever. I was like, honestly, if that's true, which I don't believe, then you need to go to a hospital right now. Because if this is you not on drugs, you have brain damage.
She's supposed to be on the Love and Hate show in 2 weeks. I'll believe that when she comes in, but I'll be sure to ask her.
It's an excitement.
She was at Manson's birthday party.
Yeah, she's the real
on the
deal.
couch.
She's the real deal.
The couch was the tough spot.
It's where some things were happening.
This is where all the things were happening. But you know what? The other dude from the pumpkin guy, I'm not sure if he was lit. but he was right up next to it. I don't know. I don't know, man.
He was the most shocking nice guy I think I've ever interviewed. Like I was totally ready for Billy Corgan to be a dick.
I thought
he was totally nice.
He came on this show, and I thought it was going to be the guy from Green Day because I got the names mixed up. I said yes to him thinking it was the guy from Green Day, and then when he walked in, I'm like, that's the guy from Special. Oh, fuck. I'm like, man, I don't know anything about this dude.
Was he cool?
Yes, he was. He was
awesome.
awesome.
Totally cool. I think Billy Corgan is... Everybody's got their days, and I'm sure he's had his diva moments and shit, but I think fundamentally he's like a Parisian waiter, where Parisian waiters have a really bad reputation because a lot of people... Okay, I was in Paris one time, and I had a really, really nice waiter. Mm-hmm. And then there was this couple who I judged to be from the American South who were table away, had the exact same waiter. And I saw them fucking pick the fight. Until they were like, well, now wait a second. Are you telling me I can have this? Because I thought you said a second ago. And it was just so obvious they were going to go home and tell everybody, Paris is lovely. The waiters are assholes. Right. I had the exact same fucking waiter. And I'm just like, excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. And he's just like, dude, I speak English. Don't worry about it. And then we're cool. Because I made the smallest effort.
Right.
And he was awesome. And I think Billy Corgan, if you ask Billy Corgan the question he doesn't want to answer... Dick Billy is fucking ready to go, but as long as you show a little respect and you're cool and you're real, he's totally cool.
Yeah, I feel like that was 101 tourist thing I learned when it was like if you make a little effort.
Yeah.
Because I would always, if I was in a group of Americans, we would get shut down.
Yeah.
Because we were a group of like, give us stuff, answer our questions. But it was like when you're by yourself and you go, excuse me, or you even say like anything that I would try to say, and I could tell it was always wrong. They'd be like, oh my God. But they would never. I used to think they just don't like Americans, and when I'm by myself, they know I'm Australian, so they're nice to me. But it wasn't that. It was just
like
when you're by yourself, I was like clueless, so I was like really could somebody help me like where's the train station or whatever, and people would help me.
Just like there's a percentage of Parisians that give them the name, the stereotype. There's a percentage of Americans that give them the stereotype of ugly Americans. And every once in a while the two coincide, and that's where you get these stories of like, oh, the Parisians are... Because I couldn't have anything but the nicest things to say about pretty much everyone that I encounter when I'm in France. But I've watched it, like you told, I've seen it happen. I've seen like...
I've asked somebody in a train if they could help me, and they said they didn't speak English, and then I saw them speak English. But that was a train of me and a bunch of fucking skateboard assholes, and they were like, you guys are being loud, you've got fucking headphones on and shit, you've got weird stuff on, your skateboards look like they're about to hit the ground. I don't fucking like you guys. Excuse me, do you know where the nearest stop? No, English. And then fucking telling somebody something. I'm like, I'm not going to go over there and say, hey man, you just spoke English. I was like, oh, fuck me.
I almost got beat up by a Parisian band, like a funk band.
Why?
I don't really remember. From what I remember, this was partying my...
Yeah, no shit.
From what I recall, I didn't do anything, but I could have very easily been...
Yeah, that seems hard. That seems hard to do.
Yeah.
The whole band wanted to beat you up and you didn't do anything?
Well, I was
even though you don't remember it all?
sitting next to him at the bar cart on a train, and like next thing I know, they're like yelling at me in French, and like one guy was pushing me. I'm like, what the fuck?
There I am, sitting next to these two guys in shiny motorcycle helmets.
Yeah. I pulled my dick out and pissed on their pants, and all of a sudden they're freaking out on me.
Yeah, because I didn't like throw a drink on them or anything. I would have remembered that, but admittedly, the whole thing was hazy. Next thing I know, what sobered me up was them wanting to fight me.
Yeah, I've been there. Where you're absolutely positive you didn't do anything, but then someone goes, dude, at one point, you know what I mean, like you pulled your balls out and fingered him like it was a pussy or something. And I'm like, I did what? Yeah, you were like, come on, come get it.
Blackouts are really a trip. People confuse blacking out and passing out all the time. And
do they?
I think so. People, like, they think that, oh, dude, I drank so much last night and I just woke up, on the couch at my friend's house. I was like, no, you passed out.
Yeah. Blacking out. No. You then you got to ask some questions.
Yeah, maybe there was.
I was drinking and then I woke up on the couch. Yeah, but 4 hours could have happened in the middle of your mission.
Yeah, but if you sat on the couch drinking the whole time and then fell asleep on the couch, then you don't count as a blackout. Even if you did black out, it doesn't count. You have to do the where I see you talking and I go, you are not here.
Yeah.
I know you are not going to remember this fucking conversation. Those are the dangerous ones where they somehow still have the energy in their body to move around and ask stuff.
I've
Instead of the guy that he just falls asleep on the couch with his beer in his hand.
Well, but in the meantime, you could spend an hour denying the Holocaust before you pass out.
right. No, there's a blackout can lead to passing out. Yeah, that's true. But I've thought
please,
long
the
and hard
gods, I hope that never happened.
many times about the many blackouts I've had where I was alone, and I just have no idea what happened. But I know a lot did. You know, I'll end up in wildly different places, and with clothes missing, and with lipstick all over me, and I'm like, what the fuck? I really wish I could know.
Those are the ones that show that you're the Lance Armstrong of partying, because when you lose time and clothing, and then you come back awake and you haven't fucking sat down, and you're just standing there and you got one shoe on, man, you're so tough because you blacked out so hard, but you didn't go to sleep. You walked around for hours and hours until you sobered up enough to get conscious again.
It's like your body just keeps going. It's really it's Terminator-like.
Yeah.
Where the body keeps going no matter what happens. The brain's gone.
Yeah.
But the body keeps on going.
Yeah, Diesel. Respect that, buddy.
And the lipstick thing. Who are these women who I did fairly well with women from what I'm told when I was blacked out. Who were these women?
I know. Well,
what was their angle?
I had a bad one that lasted like a couple days, a blackout where this was in Vegas, and I don't remember a goddamn thing since we got there to like Sunday morning. And then we got there like Friday afternoon. I don't remember a damn thing. And I woke up to go to breakfast with my friend Daniel was with me. He's like, let's go. Everyone's down at the buffet. Let's go do it. And I walked down there, and I introduced myself to the people that I don't know. And one of them was a girl who apparently not only had I fucked, but was like holding hands with, walking around Vegas. We like went to on dates and stuff.
Oh my god.
And and she wasn't a mess or anything.
Yeah. So how did she feel about you introducing?
She looked at me like first off like I was joking, and then there was this weird awkward pause. It seemed like an eternity, but it was like 2 seconds, and then she just got up and walked away. It's like one of the very few things I've been lucky enough to say I don't have a lot of regrets from my partying days. That was one of the things where I was like, I still to this day get shivers thinking about it, because that look on her face was just horrifying.
You're such a bad person.
It's like an animated series that I want to watch. You're like a drug addicted alcoholic Incredible Hulk.
It kind of is though.
How long are you
separate life?
How long are you gonna have that dot on the screen?
That's unbelievable. It looks like a zit.
It does not even. It looks like a scratch. It's a wild thing to be posting.
Would it be possible to get a photo, as long as we're talking about good old-fashioned partying, of the people who have been bleeding out of their eyes and ears from smoking synthetic weed?
That's metal. If you're in a metal band, you get that weed right now. You get a big sack, and you only smoke it before you perform live. And you become huge.
If I went to see like Goat Whore, and they were just bleeding out the eyes while they're
and you're like, wait, nobody's gone backstage to put any blood eye drops in. It's just coming out. How much blood too? Like, is it just a little bit you can't see, or is it like a lot?
It says severe bleeding. 32 people in Illinois have visited the like emergency rooms in the past couple of weeks.
Brain bleeding?
Well, yeah, it comes out of your nose and your ears.
But it's the blood's coming from your brain?
Makes me kind of sick.
That's what USA Today says.
Blood urine and bleeding brain. Could be a hate bane song, but
yeah,
I think we've done blood urine.
Probably.
Bloody piss.
Yeah, synthetic cannabinoids, which are, they just tweak it enough so that it's not legally weed anymore, and then they sell it in stores, but then also drug dealers sell it, because kind of both of them make sense.
Well, I think a lot of, unless you're a little kid, a lot of people use that synthetic stuff because they get drug tested at their job. So, because I always had the question, like, especially in a place like California, why on earth would you smoke synthetic weed when it's so easy to get weed? And it's because a bunch of people called in immediately, and they're like, because I get drug tested at UPS or wherever I work.
Oh, I gotcha. I also assumed it was just because it was something different, or maybe it was cheaper, because usually synthetic things can be cheaper.
I'm okay with UPS smoking weed.
I don't really mind anybody smoking weed unless they're 12.
Right. Yeah, like those weird videos where there's like 6-year-olds with the joint and shit. Yeah, I don't like those ones.
You would be okay if you got on an airline and you saw your pilot up there smoking a joint?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, if he was smoking a joint, I'd be like, he's gone crazy. You're not allowed to smoke in the plane.
Okay.
But if he had
Unless
a
you're Sean
weed
Penn.
if he had a weed pen, I'd be alright.
All right, you're about to have brain surgery, and you see your doctor out in front of the hospital smoking a joint before the surgery.
Real talk?
I'm alright with it.
Real talk?
Real
In the
talk? You would not
I
want
would.
that to
I
happen.
would.
Can I at least share my real talk?
I know, right?
Or shoot down my real
I feel
talk?
like I got
Okay.
mine shot down.
All right.
Real talk.
Shut the fuck up.
Wait. Is this going to be real talk?
You fucking
This is
asshole.
fake news.
I feel like I'm on the chew.
Go ahead, Michael.
Like if I have...
Do you want to come back with your real talk and fucking dragging it?
No. Let's just say
Okay, real
that,
talk, here we
like,
go.
I have
Real talk.
a friend that I really like. Say my primary physician is also a really close personal friend of mine, and then he goes, "Hey man, you really need brain surgery. I'm gonna get you the best guy." And then I walk in and the guy's hitting a vape pen, and I'm like, "This is a little unnerving." And my buddy doctor goes, "He's done this a million times. Trust me, it's fine." Yes, I would be comfortable with that. Ditto somebody flying a plane. Real talk.
What's up?
Real talk.
What's up? Real talk.
I need to know the track record, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
if I was
yeah.
going to see that.
Yeah, is it Andrew, who the doctor, the brain surgeon, who's never tried marijuana before and then fucking smokes a joint and then does my brain surgery? No, I'm not okay with that.
Because I know full well people who do certain tasks, things like flying planes and brain surgery. I certainly know people who work in audio that are way better stoned when they are sober. So I believe it's possible.
I do believe it's possible, but I think there's a lot of people out there that think they're way better at something when they're stoned, and they're not.
All of us can agree, though, if gun to your head, you got to get on the plane with the guy who's hitting the vape pen before he flies, or the guy who's drinking.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Weed.
Yeah,
I mean, that's insane.
100%.
Oh, come on, we've all been on a plane with drunk pilots.
That's the thing, is that
you can't balance when you're drunk.
But we've probably all been on a plane not knowing it with someone who's had too many drinks.
Yes.
I'm not saying shit-faced pilot.
Or even a drink.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that. I mean, I would not
Yeah,
even
I
like
agree.
a beer.
Right,
Yeah.
I agree.
100%.
It's not the same thing. It's a like video game, skateboard. Like I've done both, man. Like I've done crystal meth and skateboarder. I've done fucking gacked out in the fucking porta potty and done a demo in front of like 3,000 people. I know, which everyone does. And when you drink, it is the end of it. I've never done a. Okay, that's not true. But I've never been good. Accidentally, I've done something drunk where whoa! And it was like, fuck! I'm like, man, can you believe I made that? I don't even know where I am. But every other time, really, really bad. I've done tricks on acid that worked. Because it doesn't take your balance away. It takes your concentration away. You can start thinking different things while you're in the air, so that's bad. But the balance, I don't care how much I want it. If I have a couple beers, I can't balance. I get frustrated because I'm like, no, dude, really focus. And you're like, great, but my body's like, fuck you, dude. I'm not even really there. I can barely fucking use a video game as good if I have a beer.
Meth is the best drug for doing stuff on it.
Well, no, it's not.
No.
It's not because it's okay. I did that for a second, sure, but it becomes ultra focus, and then you focus ahead, too far ahead, and then you start doing 3 tricks in one wall, which is what I did.
Yeah, I've never skateboarded on meth, but I do. I have to admit, I miss doing certain things, tweaking.
Really?
What would be a thing that would be just awesome to do while you're tweaking?
Social environment. Like a social environment. Like I just went somewhere with my wife the other day where it was like a TV celeb thing, and I was like, man, if I could just take a big fucking rip off some crystal meth.
See, that's wrong.
You think that would help you overcome your fear of public speaking?
No, he thinks he'd be a better speaker. Is what you think.
No, but that's the
saying?
thing. He's up there going, hey, how you know, making good conversation in his head. Everybody else sees a guy drooling and going,
I didn't say I can guarantee that I'd be better at it. I just say I miss doing it. It always
Would it be
made
more like you wanted to do it because of how uncomfortable you were in that predicament? You were
No.
like, man, a big hit of meth would get me out of here, kind of?
It's just the only thing, including coke, that where when I was in social situations on meth, I just felt super comfortable.
Wow.
I felt like people weren't bugged by me, or that I wasn't gonna make a fool of myself. All inhibitions were gone. And I was like, dude, you're the man. Everything's cool. Let's just go there. You know, and I wasn't someone who got super chatty. When it was time to, I would, if someone wanted, typically another tweaker. But I was perfectly cool, just sitting back, relaxing.
Yeah, I couldn't do
surveying the room, and I can't do that sober. I mean, right now, I just get. I got my hands in my pocket. I was like, "Oh, you look like a loser." Pull your hands out of your pocket. Then I start feeling weird about it. That person doesn't want to talk to you. Go talk to that person. Oh no, this person doesn't want to talk to you.
Yeah, when you're telling yourself to act normal, it's a pretty sure bet you're not acting normal.
Right, right, exactly. And there was never the voice of try to act normal on meth. It was like, fuck normal. You're the man. It was my Tyler Durden, like that was how I got to be the cool
Mine
one.
was drinking. That's the biggest. That's why I can't go out because I just lock up.
Yeah.
Mine was Jolt Cola.
Jolt!
Wait, Jolt Cola made you easy to deal with?
No, not really.
Oh. Okay.
I got you a present, Jason.
Why?
This lady looks like she has underwear on her face, but I got you some those
There's
masks.
a lot of that going around these days.
Oh, cool, man. Thank you.
I don't know what it says, but it looks like it's got a pile of poopy and then some logs that have been chopped up. I think
what? It's a mask that smells like shit.
Yes.
I don't want to. What the fuck would I want a mask?
Shit mask.
Cool, man.
That's a
Appreciate
Hate Bean song!
I get you a Hoonigan lanyard and you get me a shit mask.
Yeah, this
Sweet
is apparently scented like portobello mushroom stems and mouse turds. Which is, that's a pleasing scent to the Japanese.
Right. In other news, we talked to a detective yesterday who said all of us are potential murderers.
I fucking had a dream last night where I shot a Muay Thai fighter from a distance. And right when I was about to pull the trigger, he turned around and saw me, and I shot him, and the whole crowd saw me, and I just walked off cringing like, fuck, I got caught doing that. So I blame that guy for coming in yesterday and talking about how everybody's got a murder in them. Because I was like, when I shot him, I was like, God, it's in me.
Your anxiety.
It's this really good Muay Thai fighter that I follow on Instagram. He's really cool.
Oh, it's a certain person.
Yeah, he's like, and I've never met him. He's just a really awesome Muay Thai fighter that like has really cool striking stuff.
White guy or Thai?
Thai guy. Yeah, like big time Thai guy, famous guy. I forgot.
Sanchai?
Yeah. Sanchai.
So this was just a combination of talking to Detective Rod Demery and Tony Ferguson.
I think, yeah.
If you had murdered him in front of 5 people in a Holiday Inn lobby, it would have been all 3 of the interviews from yesterday.
Right.
Or a Philadelphia Black Club.
The anxiety you experienced was because everybody saw you, not because you shot the guy.
Yep. No, that was the point too. Right as I was like, I'm gonna get caught. But yeah, you're right. I totally would be okay with killing people. But I already knew that years ago.
My brown eye says that means you're more concerned with what people are thinking about you than what you're doing.
Really?
I don't know. I'm not
complain
a
about the
treatment
fucking
host.
temperature in the studio as well.
Anyway, the stay-at-home mom from Maryland felt overwhelmed caring for her autistic son, so she allegedly tried to cut his head off with a saw.
Why are we doing this, Will?
How do you try to cut it off? Isn't that pretty easy
she
to do?
put a saw to his neck and started sawing, and he got the saw away from her.
But she started sawing, so she got a couple of...
Oh, yeah.
Did he die?
No,
and he's counting every saw stroke.
He got away. And the police took her to the hospital, have her examined, and the staff said, "Why are you here?" And she said, "I tried to kill my kids again."
Oh man.
Yeah, I know. And that's the thing about it, though. All the neighbors, of course, described her as a very pleasant person and all this kind of stuff. But you deal with things as a parent that sometimes can be overwhelming. And let's say, the husband's not helping out much and you've got an autistic kid, maybe he's got special problems. These things can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
And like the detective said, all of us have it in us that we could do something like that.
Yep.
I remember... Do you recall years and years ago there was that lady who, this is awful, drowned all of her kids in a bathtub,
yes.
And then there was a fairly famous article written about it by, I forget the woman's name, but I think she was a columnist for Time.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, of course everybody's criticizing this lady for murdering all of her children. She just said, I would like to add my voice to this conversation and say, as a parent, it's not impossible for me to imagine how a slightly unhinged person could, under the right circumstances, having the wrong kind of day, it could get there. I'm not going to treat you like you're a monster or an animal. You're just a misguided human who's made a horrible, tragic mistake.
Right.
Keep it to yourself, Will.
No.
All right, tell everybody.
My first kid, sleeping for 30 minutes at a time, being completely sleep deprived, and it crying. for no reason. It's been fed, the diapers changed, all that, and the thing that you are, biologically, you're alerted by. The special part of your brain goes off every time you hear that sound, and it's just continuing and continuing. And my natural instinct was
silence the lambs.
No, my natural instinct was shaking the baby. That's what I wanted to do. And maybe if it wasn't for all the famous cases and people talking about it, it'd be on Law and Order and stuff like that. And I don't know if that was in my capability to do that, but I knew in my brain, you can't do that. That will kill a baby.
Down from the ledge. Every parent, I think, has been at a point where you're going to do something that you naturally don't want to do, but something you've been pushed to the limit.
Not me. I punch my kids in the face.
But I think, like Tully said, if someone's already unhinged or a little bit off, that's what, I think it's far more reasonable to kill someone that you're in close proximity to all the time, your husband, your kid, than it is to just fucking sprack off and kill.
Familiarity breeds contempt. Especially when it comes to your own children.
But also, you're most likely to have a car accident within 1 mile of your home because that's where you
drive.
Yeah, exactly. So,
right. I'm going to kill children because my house is where I murder.
No. But
there's a park nearby.
Like the detective was saying yesterday, it's mostly people that that are going to kill you. Yeah, people don't pick out people at random, usually.
That's right. Thanksgiving dinner, watch your back.
Authorities say a New Jersey mother left her sleeping toddler alone in a car that was parked illegally. The car was towed away. The 46-year-old woman told the police that she had gone into the bank Monday to make a deposit before it closed and left her sleeping 2-year-old in the parked vehicle. And a tow truck driver just towed the car away without noticing that there was a kid in the back of it. And, can you imagine that kind of panic you would have?
And then what happened?
She's been arrested in charge with child abuse, abandonment, cruelty and neglect of a child.
Doesn't the parking guy get charged with that as well?
Yeah, she was not. The kid just was not in a kid seat either. Was not buckled in at all.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
That's weird, right?
Yeah, that doesn't make any
sense. Don't leave your kid in the car when you run into the bank.
Yeah, obviously that's insane.
Yeah. By the by, Utah has formally legalized free-range parenting. Now, this would not be permissible under these laws that they've passed, but it's just part of this larger conversation about people. The law aims to protect people who want to give their kids a longer leash.
Right.
That if you want to let your kids walk home from school and people think that they're too young to do that, or the police pick them up, you are formally allowed to do that sort of thing. If you judge your kids to be old enough and competent enough to stay in the car while you run into the dry cleaner, Utah law now formally protects your right to do that.
But they have to be of a certain age, right?
I don't think the law gets all that specific.
You can't leave an infant in a car by itself.
Did you say Utah?
Utah.
They're special people, aren't they?
Well,
Isn't it crazy how they just get to have a whole state?
The Mormons?
Yeah. And just make different rules.
I think more people should have their own states and get to make their own rules. We should group people into 50 different groups and let them run roughshod however the hell they want.
I'm a pretty big proponent of states' rights.
Yeah, me too.
I think that's kind of like the idea of America initially was, if you don't like gay stuff and wacky hippie shit, then stay out of California, go live somewhere else. If you're really into clean living and no caffeine, go to Utah. I kind of like that idea that our country will provide you.
You don't get coffee there?
Well, I don't know if you can't get coffee in Utah, but I do know that
I've had coffee in Utah.
Mormons are very much against caffeine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Man. Isn't there something that just came out where they have to say that caffeine causes cancer now?
Not exactly. If you roast coffee at a certain high temperature, it has been proved to be carcinogenic, and you have to let people know that.
And in California, there has to be a warning on the cup now, I think. I didn't read the article, but I saw a headline where...
So wait, hot coffee is bad for you?
They have to post warnings because the brew may contain an ingredient that's been linked to cancer.
It's not the temperature of the cup of coffee you're drinking, it's the temperature at which the beans were roasted.
So if you roast beans too hot, that's bad?
It's a carcinogen,
like
which
cooking-
basically
Can I
like
get that?
cooking
Can I-
a steak.
I'm a
gives you
bean roaster
carcinogen.
over here. Don't go past my punchy question. If I roast them, if I put the water in too hot, that's bad?
Not the water, it's when they literally take the... It's before the coffee ever gets
before
to
I...
it.
Okay, I have no,
Yes.
okay, I have no say. Okay.
But carcinogens, you get those when you grill vegetables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You grill anything, really.
Yeah.
Right, so if you taste the charcoal thing, then you're eating cancer?
You're eating carcinogens,
Right.
which are linked to cancer.
I'll be grilling 2 big hunks of steak meat, of cancer meat tonight.
Oh, that sounds good.
So if you race cars and shit, you got carcinogens up your ass all day, right?
It's got the word car in
Yeah,
it.
you can't spell carcinogen without car.
Man, suck it, bud. I'll fucking see you in hell.
Around 9 a.m.
Mason.
yesterday,
Burn
and
my steak.
East
Well,
Iceland.
just real quick. Yeah, absolutely, and I agree with you. And I
I
think
rub it
that
on my nipples when I get home. What do you think about that?
even one of the prominent voices in this lawsuit that resulted in this law agree with you. It's just they feel like if you choose to drink cancer coffee, go for it. You have a right to know that's what
Yeah,
it is.
no,
That's
I
all.
appreciate it,
I agree.
government.
I agree.
Thank you.
in East Islip, New York.
Islip?
Islip. No, Islip.
What's Islip?
It's a place.
Sounds like it's in another country.
It's in New York.
That's weird.
Yesterday morning, there's a 23-year-old girl at home alone. She heard a noise in the house. She saw an
Sasquatch.
intruder. When the intruder realized someone was at home, police say he ran off, but officers quickly caught up with him a couple of blocks away. Police say he was found to be in possession of soiled female undergarments that we believe were either proceeds from today's burglary or proceeds from a prior burglary at the same location.
Oh.
And police knew the guy immediately because they had seen this guy in court over and over and over again because he was the judge.
Oh! That's like I saw in Law and Order where the council guy, he gets busted for child porn.
Ding, ding.
Yeah.
District court
Ruins the whole
judge.
family. If you're a father that's into child porn,
You're fucked.
you gotta stop doing that because you don't understand the ramifications of everybody else involved. It really tears the family down.
All right, let me write that down.
It turns out child porn is not a victimless crime.
Yeah.
Right, well said, one.
This district court judge happened to live right across the street from this lady that had the intruder. He was elected to the bench in 2015. Before that, he served as the town attorney.
Oh, man.
So he's a well-respected man about
Who
town.
breaks in and sniffs soiled underwear from people's houses.
Soiled undies.
That's good sniffing.
What's worse?
Andrew's got a pair on his desk right now.
What do you think is worse to the
Whose is it?
to the
His. Put them on.
Whose
Steal
were
them.
they?
put them on?
Nice.
They're in like an Easter egg, a plastic Easter egg, just in time for
Oh, Legs
just in time for the
Pantyhose used to
holiday.
do that.
I'll sniff these fuckers.
Tell us what you get.
Let me go right for the snatch pad.
Oh, God.
Oh, they're full soiled.
Yeah.
That's sure now.
Smells like an ashtray kind of, but with pipe tobacco, not shitty tobacco. Like like sweet smelling tobacco.
Smoking
Right.
a cigar. and-
Probably some super horny, barely legal Japanese schoolgirl sitting there smoking Captain Black and finger banging herself.
Man, this is,
Double origato, Mr. Boner.
The Chinese space station that's going to crash back to Earth over the weekend is unlikely to cause any damage. Space people don't like to call it a crash, though. They call it an uncontrolled re-entry.
Who are these space people?
that's a crash.
Space people.
Also known as a crash.
You know, like you're
Where's
on
it
an
gonna
airplane and they say, in case of a water landing.
Yeah. Where's it gonna land? It's not even land anywhere near us, right?
Well, no, this is where it is right this moment. The map that Andrew's got up on the
Oh
screen.
shit.
Tiangong.
Whatever.
I agree.
Why did that happen? How come our space stations and Russian space stations don't fucking...
Well, this was supposed to come down back in like 2011 or something, and It didn't. They lost control of it, so they couldn't fire the thrusters and stuff.
Yeah, this is why when it comes to satellites, I buy American.
Me too.
I've mentioned that it's going to
shoot
be
it out of the sky.
It's going to be a big fireball in the sky.
Why don't they explode it like they in that movie where
Make
Where's
more
Ben
pieces?
Affleck? Where's Ben Affleck when we need him?
Yeah, we don't need more
Bruce
space
Willis.
junk out there.
Yeah, but if we explode it, then it'll be like a pretty meteor shower that won't
No,
hit us.
that's what I was going to say. Is yesterday I told you it was going to be a fireball in the sky, and now the China National Space Administration themselves are saying it will be a splendid show.
Wait.
They don't use
Wait, so there's a couple guys, bad guys, in the world that they have pretty big buttons, and they're saying that they could rain hellfire and apocalypse on America at the time and manner of their choosing.
Right.
And we're just like, nah, dude, we'll just blow your shit out of the sky. Go ahead and try it. Wouldn't this be our opportunity to shoot a huge fucking thing out of the sky?
Wouldn't this be a huge opportunity to show that we can't shoot anything out of the fucking sky?
Well, it's going to be one or the other, isn't it?
I
say this proves we don't have any defenses.
That's what I
Bullshit.
We got to nuke it right now.
Number one,
shoot.
You wouldn't want to do that. Number two,
why wouldn't we want to do that?
Yeah.
Well, for several different reasons. Number one, you don't want to an act of aggression against the property of another country.
You're throwing
They're crashing it into our country.
They're not crashing it.
You're throwing
It
trash
is crashing.
You're throwing trash on my country, and I'm
No,
going
you're
to
not.
explode it out of the sky.
No, you
to
don't
protect
do
the
that.
civilians.
It's not like shooting an airplane down. It's like you're going to
Dude,
create
you knew
so
about this
much
2 weeks
space
ago. You
junk.
could have got a rocket out there to fucking attack it.
You don't
miles
want to do
away
that.
from
You don't
space.
want all that space junk up there. Right now, there's about
This is not even a drop in the bucket of the space junk that's up there.
no. There's about 500,000 pieces of space junk out there, and
It's a couple more.
A bullet will travel like 2,500 feet per second. That's about 1,700 miles per hour. Space junk flies at 10 times that speed, about 17,000 miles an hour.
Right, so you shoot a missile, guided missile at it.
But wait until it's in the Earth's atmosphere so we can all see it.
Yeah.
No,
Show the
you're
power.
already gonna get the show.
Put it on YouTube.
No, not seeing it crash.
Yeah,
seeing it blowing up in the sky. Don't David Copperfield this. Don't say, hey man, we got it up in space. It was awesome. Trust me.
You ever see those videos of like a pretty bird on a tree, and you're like, oh, pretty, and out of nowhere, some bobcat.
No,
I've
never seen that. That's a harsh video.
And I'm saying that's.
I know what Jason's doing this weekend.
That's
now.
kind of like what we need to do with the missile. Like they're going to be gathered around, waiting, watching this.
It would be
look at this splendid show. Boom! Out of nowhere.
Everybody knows Americans love guns, and what would be better for America to be like, here it comes, and then you see from the bottom, just fucking rocket just goes, oh, boom! It's like, well, sorry, everybody. That's what happens when things come near us. That's what we do.
While Metallica plays on the ground underneath it and Kid Rock blows up foreign grills.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, Metallica plays Don't Tread on Me.
Yeah.
And the missile is attached to a bald eagle.
You're missing straight and topless dances. I like to live in America.
The missile's just a big middle finger.
Anyway, the full quote from
With like a
the
football ring on it.
Chinese Space Agency is, it will turn into a splendid meteor shower and move across the beautiful starry sky as they race towards the Earth.
I can't wait to not watch all the morning television of a bunch of tools on a hill going, ooh!
Well, they don't know when or where it's
they'll
coming
be out
down.
there. It's like the.
It's not like the eclipse.
It
or
is,
something.
and everyone goes out for the eclipse.
Well, okay, so you go outside anytime between Friday and Monday morning
Yes, there'll be
and
people,
stand there all day
there'll
and
be,
night.
Yes, there'll be groups of people camping for an entire week on mountains.
You might be in
with
the wrong
camera crew
hemisphere, but
to film it so that they can show people go ooh at the same time.
well, everybody's got cameras, so somebody will film it. If I saw it in the sky, I would film it.
Wait, they don't know when
I
or
wouldn't.
where it's coming down?
No.
So what? How, they say it's not going to cause any damage. How do they know it's not going to hit fucking Montana?
Because nothing in the entire history of space, manned space, has ever hurt anybody. There's only been one person ever hit with a piece of space junk, and they said it felt like a tap on the shoulder.
Tell that to the dinosaurs.
I mean, look, the ocean covers 70% of the Earth, and it's most likely to any parts that don't burn up in the atmosphere will fall into the ocean.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm at ease. Thanks to you, Will.
Yeah, I just had you talked about the tap on the shoulder. I had this vision of like a giant thing smashing into the earth.
Oh, it's giant. It weighs like, what, 8 tons or something?
I'm scared again.
During the uncontrolled re-entry, atmospheric drag will rip away the solar arrays, antennas, and other external components at an altitude of about 60 miles up. The intensifying heat and friction will cause the main structure to burn or blow up, and it should disintegrate at an altitude of around 50 miles. Most fragments will dissipate in the air, and a small amount of debris will fall relatively slowly before landing. In the pathway of the potential crash is about 80% of the United States. So, 80% of the United States has a small chance of getting a piece of this thing drop down on them. So
wear a helmet!
Just blow it out of the sky.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Speaking of this weekend,
man, is NASA like your girlfriend or something?
Yeah, he really loves NASA and the police.
What does that have to do with anything?
You can't attack them.
Wait, I love NASA, so you can't explode the Chinese space station?
He had a great plan. Kid Rock, their steak.
Metallica, it was big.
I suggest you go for it, man.
You want NASA to...
I think that's a great way to spend our tax money, blowing up something that's going to blow up.
Let's shoot it with a panda.
Ooh.
To really rub it in the Chinese.
Yeah.
So...
A panda gun.
Sunday's Easter.
That's disrespectful shit right there. We got a panda gun. Just shooting pandas over to China. Just blasting them in a...
Sitting there eating bamboo as it's flying through the air.
How many pieces of ammunition do we have? All total.
How many...
Do we have, like,
Ling
at the...
How many pregnant pandas are there?
There's Ling. And I don't know how many of. Bow Bow.
What about
Little Bow Bow?
What about if we just dye a bunch of bears and shoot them over there? Get a bunch of grizzlies and dye them.
No, because the Chinese asked for those pandas back. That's why we need to use an actual panda.
Right. What about
you want it back? Here you go.
Yeah, here it is. You better catch it so it doesn't splat.
Fuck Bow Bow.
Yeah, fuck Bow Bow. Get in the gun, Bow Bow.
Wow.
I hate
You're going home.
So mean to Bow Bow.
Pandas fucking suck.
Yeah, they're so useless.
Dude, they will rip your face off.
They won't fucking rip anything off. They're gonna die. They're useless.
No, they're gonna rip your face off.
They'd rip your face off if they could move or do anything.
They can't. They're not a sloth. What? You're looking at a photograph? You think it can't move because it's in a photograph?
They're slow and fat, and they just do roly-polies.
All I know is they
Did you not see Kung Fu Panda?
I did not.
I did.
Not yet? Oh, it's a good one.
They beat the shit out of you.
He wouldn't beat the shit out
with
of anybody.
karate.
Not scared of that guy. So lazy.
Anyway, today is Good Friday and Sunday's Easter, and in Ireland, pubs opened on Good Friday for the first time in 91 years this morning.
What?
Why?
They weren't open?
On Good Friday.
They didn't used to be for years and years and years,
okay.
but now they're just as godless as the rest of
for
us.
91 years, but they passed an amendment to the intoxicating liquor bill that changed the law.
We need to drink more.
And at 7 a.m. this morning, Saltery's Pub in Dublin opened up for drinking.
They're all just raging in there.
Yeah.
The best party ever.
That's like, the kind of the OG Catholic country, and it's going away. I was reading a thing recently about how they have their own abortion debate, very similar to ours, and the anti-abortion thing was always totally the Catholic Church, and now there are so many people have been turned off by the Catholic Church because of, abuse scandals and shit like that now the anti-abortion people are not overtly Christian anymore because they feel like that's a turn-off to their own cause. In other Catholic news, I'm sure as many people have heard by now, the Pope denied the existence of hell.
I did see the headline, but I did not read the story.
It's true.
Really I missed that.
No hell.
He really said that?
According to an Italian journalist with whom the Pope is friendly, who a couple years ago published another quote from the Pope that the Vatican said the Pope never said. So it's a little bit of a consider the source thing, but the Pope still hangs out with the guy. It almost seems like there's like this deep state thing where the Vatican wants to control what the Pope does.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
In fact, I think if he really went on a tear and made a big announcement that hell doesn't exist, he might end up, in one of the beautiful fountains there at the Vatican.
What? It's like you telling me the Bugs Bunny isn't... Like, fuck off. I don't give a shit, dude. Who are you? Hell's not real. I know. Everybody knows that.
Also this weekend, Steven Spielberg's movie, Ready Player One, it kicked off the box office run yesterday. They wanted to open it up early because of the Easter weekend. Kids are out of school, stuff like that. At a $12 million take from just over 4,000 theaters, it's possible it's going to have a debut of more than $50 million, which
I've
is
never even
great.
heard of it.
Ready Player One is
what's that?
It's a video game movie, so Kevin would be your primary source on that information.
So excited for that goddamn movie.
It looks cool. Oh, cool.
I read the book, and it's just pure fun.
So far, it's skewing heavily male, at least 59%. 68% of ticket buyers are under the age of 35. And it'll easily be number one this weekend, and will also be Spielberg's biggest opening since the last Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah, I'm going to take my kid to it. It's the rare one that he wants to see that I also genuinely want to see myself.
You're so lucky, dude.
Even though it's Steven Spielberg, they did consider this a giant risk because it cost about $175 million before they started spending money on promotion for this movie, which includes this giant thing they constructed in Hollywood, at the corner of Vine in Hollywood.
Oh, I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah. Like made up of mobile homes that are all stacked on top of each other and stuff. It's the Ready Player One experience or something. I haven't gone inside.
Jesus. That's where they supposedly live in the real world of like Ready Player One. It's that America's gotten like to this dystopian place, but like there's this internet matrix like thing that you can connect to that makes your life this fantasy land.
Spoiler.
Well, that's in the preview.
Did Spielberg?
That's the whole.
No, I know.
It's so goddamn believable that the world just becomes less and less a place you want to go outside in, whereas it's at the same time the virtual world becomes a place you would be
Totally
happy to
wanna
spend
be.
your entire day. Then who cares how shitty the
No,
world is?
I've said for a long time, I really do see a future where it's not matrixy and that we're being used for batteries, but people willingly plug themselves in and just lay there and get a IV or something that feeds them, and maybe a machine that exercises their muscles. They don't get atrophy or whatever, and they just lay there and exist in this other world.
I'm for it.
Well, why does it even have to be like that, though? Why couldn't you be moving around in there and virtually fighting, sea monsters or something, but you're actually really moving your body around?
I guess you could if you were in a safe place to
you'd
move
be
around
in
a
your
lot.
living room.
Well, no, but you'd bang your shins on the coffee table, and God knows you got to protect your shins. what if you get a shin modeling job?
I definitely think you you dedicate a room in your house to this.
Yeah. I guess so. There's a hit TV show that aired on ABC. It attracted people in such a way that 18.2 million TV screens across the country were tuned into it. It's a sitcom, and it's an old show that came back after 21 years of being off the air.
Who cares? Yeah, great. Roseanne's the best.
Probably won't care about this either.
I didn't watch it, but it was on 20 years ago, though. So
I didn't either.
But I'm happy for him.
Yeah, it's a good show.
There you go.
I'm probably not going to watch the reboot, but...
Let's talk about euthanasia.
Killing people that want to die.
Yeah, and it's
Right.
not a K-pop band. It's people wanting to die, and Hawaii
Let's talk about it.
Probably
Why
gonna
can't
be
they
the
die?
7th U.S. state to legalize physician-assisted suicide.
Right.
I didn't know there were that many states where it was legal.
You thought there was less than 7?
Yeah,
I thought it was just like Oregon. I didn't know that there was.
I thought maybe one state, maybe 2 might have it, but I didn't know 7 states.
Yeah,
had
it's
it.
weird that it's such a big deal. I mean, we just kill all day. All we do is kill people. It's like, meat and everything. It's just a destruction of pulling apart life. What's the big deal? You're old and you're sick and you want to die. It's so crazy that we had to make a huge deal about knocking ourselves off when all we do is just devour creatures all day.
Okay, but, I mean, in some situations you would not want people to commit suicide.
Name one.
Okay, military.
Dude, I feel
A
like
guy
you're
comes
asking.
back-
Now you're just 2 different things. Somebody who is in agony and wants to be laid to rest, versus like a soldier who's depressed.
Oh, I thought you were talking about someone with depression. They're in agony.
Right. Okay. You're kind of a dick when you have a discussion. Do you know that? Like, I feel like I'm just trying to. I just feel like I'm having a discussion. I feel like I'm in the wrong right now by bringing up a potential angle. But yeah, okay, I see. You're
Well,
right.
You're
No,
bringing
you're
up
right.
an opposite angle of me. So
But I'm agreeing with your point. You've got a point, and you are correct. I just don't know why you have to stick it to me. That's all.
No, I'm not
I
trying
felt like
to.
you're doing that.
Really? That's, I don't feel that way. I feel like we're having a conversation about.
Well, you're right. Is what I was trying to say.
Well, I don't know where the line is. I'm just trying to play devil's. I don't even necessarily believe that. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate to open up the discussion of where do you draw the line and who is allowed to off themselves.
There's two lines of argument against it. One is the religious one, which I don't personally subscribe to, but tens of millions of people do. We don't get to decide when people are born or when they die. We don't get to play God. That doesn't register with me. The other one is just, to me, a hypothetical thing that I've read about, which is at what point does it become a slippery slope and old people start feeling like they need to get out of the way? And as it becomes more culturally acceptable, it just, somebody who never would have thought of suicide now starts considering suicide. And the way that you supposedly counteract that is you have all these mental health professionals who check them out and make sure that they really do in their heart of hearts want to die.
Right, because you would just need a mental health professional to examine that person, and then hopefully that person who's a mental professional examiner is at a good level of their work and they assess it correctly.
I would hope that.
Because I would rather, if somebody really needs to get out of here and they can be assessed and he's like, he is completely coherent, he knows what he wants, and then he gets to go. I think that's fair.
That is one of the requirements, by the way, at least in Hawaii, will be that not only do they have to get a psychological evaluation, but 2 physicians have to prescribe the medication that they would use to off themselves.
I think
that's
the medical
cool.
intervention aspect makes it a lot more palatable because, I mean, hopefully a mental health professional would say there's a way out of this. Let's work through this.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking of in situations where you're either in physical agony or where intellectually you're degraded. Like if I knew I had Alzheimer's and I'm getting to be 70 and it's starting to really, I'm not remembering anything, I would love the ability to just have my kids gather around and call it quits, you know?
But you can't because you got Alzheimer's and they're not sure you're telling the truth. That's the one where you for sure are fucked.
Yeah,
because they'd be like, he doesn't even know if he's telling you he wants to go or not.
Even if you set that up early, like I found out I had Alzheimer's, hey, guys, when I get to where I can't remember anything, give me the pills. What if you had changed your mind internally? Nobody knows what's going on with you when you have Alzheimer's, what you're thinking or not thinking.
It's also not always entirely clear to me what percentage of people who have a strong desire to die can't just execute that themselves, and therefore the law doesn't matter in the slightest. Like I remember seeing a movie, I don't know the name of it, when AIDS was first a really big thing, and the premise of it was that the guy
Spaceballs.
That's exactly right. The guy had been diagnosed with HIV, and so he believed it was a death sentence, so he had a big weekend-long party to say goodbye to all of his friends, and then he killed himself. And the movie, I remember receiving that movie and thinking, yeah, I'm not saying I would make that decision, but I could respect that decision.
Yep.
I had a friend who did that exact thing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Did he tell you he was going to do it at the party?
No, he didn't tell anybody he was going to do it.
Right. Get a lot of people trying to talk you out of it, I'm sure.
Right. An Atlanta charter school has apologized. They were trying so hard to celebrate Black History Month. And who knew that putting the entire first grade class in blackface would be bad? To be fair, they only had masks that were blackface. And they were reciting a poem called We Wear the Mask while holding the paper masks in front of their faces. But yeah, I think you can probably all agree that this mask is the traditionally stereotyped blackface.
Oh my god!
Yeah, those are some lottie eyes.
Yeah.
It's Al Jolson, real, like, hello, my baby.
Yeah, cartoon. Yeah, exactly.
It's full on black. I thought, oh my god.
That having been said,
I don't see how that's an accident.
Good intentions.
No,
yeah.
I don't see how this is intentions.
Man, that's a real oops.
How is that a real loop? There's like 20 adults that would be in charge of that. Not one person was like, hey, that looks like the fucking Al Jolson mask.
Right.
You guys can't do that. Someone's gonna take that the wrong way. Not one person said that?
Guess not. The school.
All the mums, all the dads, nobody said, hey.
This didn't happen in, like, northern Canada. That's Atlanta.
I know.
I can't believe that someone was like, wait a second, what the fuck are you guys?
Was everybody in the class black?
No.
Well, then I'm not.
Well,
I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but we've got a bit of a reputation.
The school will now provide cultural competency training for the teachers. So they're not stupid.
What about firing?
They stop being culturally incompetent.
Yeah.
Fire them.
That's another idea. Ted Stankowicz.
Stankowitz.
Sure.
Has 100 coyote heads stuffed in his freezer.
Damn.
He also has
Food,
other body parts, including a cheetah, giraffe legs, a kangaroo. He's a biology professor at Cal State Long Beach, and he's an animal expert. And they're trying to learn better ways to manage the coyotes here in California. All of us have seen coyotes around on the streets and, where people live.
Goddamn coyotes.
Yeah. Other parts are being shipped all over the place. There are livers or organs going to UCLA, for example. They say you really get this big picture from a whole carcass that you don't get from coyote shit.
Why does he have giraffe legs?
He's studying the giraffe legs.
What's that got to do with coyotes?
Well, you do DNA. I mean, that's just some of the animals that he has in his freezer, including all the coyote heads.
And having coyote heads, it helps him research coyotes.
Yeah.
How?
They can look at their brains. They can look at the way their jaw develop, depending on what. Because, like in neighborhoods, a lot of coyotes eat cat food, dog food that's left out for pets. And so they're looking to see if their jaws have changed over time because they're living like this easy life instead of having to attack things.
Interesting.
They have been really looking at what they eat, and primarily it's, tiny other mammals like roof rats. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of a pocket gopher.
I have.
They've seen stomachs that are completely filled with seeds, and in one case, Jerusalem crickets. I don't know what any of these things are.
He's hungry.
Those things are normal. The weird stuff includes bits of raccoon, styrofoam, and in one stomach they found a fairly large dog paw, nails and all.
Yeah, I ate my dog.
They also
took my pug.
Yeah, that happens for sure.
They also found black flies and a lot of the coyotes because they had because they had
I lost my keys.
I want you where you got me. Because they eat roadkill and then they ingest those.
Yeah, they're starving.
Yeah.
Oh god, I ran over a fresh bloody one last night. Oh.
Bloody
Coyote?
Nah, possum.
Oh yeah, those things pop. Their favorite meal is apparently cats.
Yes, that's not cool, man.
Yeah, you might want to keep your cats indoors if you live in a coyote area. Mosquitoes. We don't have a lot of those in California, but man, when I was growing up, it was mosquitoes and yellow flies.
What's a yellow fly? It's a fly?
It bites you.
Oh, it's like a march fly.
And it makes you really itchy, and your arm swells up, or wherever it bit you.
Yeah, it's the east coast of North America is humidity and skeeters. We're on the dry side.
Yeah, there you go. There's a yellow fly.
Yeah. March flies bite through your jeans and shit.
Oh yeah.
Fucking drop.
Damn.
These things suck. Anyway, scientists have now found that high doses of ivermectin, which is used to fight parasites, can turn human blood poisonous to mosquitoes.
Yeah!
They've been doing these tests, and if you take a high enough dose, your blood can remain poisonous for like 28 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever have a mosquito bite you and then you fucking pump your arm and make his butt pop?
No.
I've seen it done, but I've never done it.
We used to do all kinds of
I used to do that all the
things.
time in Australia,
And that's one that I never knew of. That's amazing.
Yeah. Whenever they bite your forearm, just fucking crank your forearm, pump, and they get locked in there and they can't get out.
Is that what you want?
Yeah,
buddy?
I'm like, you want my
Take that.
fucking blood, son? Boom! Your ass just fucking exploded. Fucking dead on my arm. I don't even blush him off. I just leave him there.
Oh yeah, to let the others know.
Look at that. Come get some more, you cunt.
Wait, here's probably a pretty dumb question. If I get bit by a mosquito and then it goes away and dies because of the poison in my blood, well, that's great, but I still have a mosquito bite.
Yeah, but you've also, when they did the test on this, after a few days, 97% of the mosquitoes in this population were dead. So
we killed them all. We wiped them out.
I mean, look,
suck it.
If all human blood was poisonous to them, then they would die off.
Yeah,
I'm so pumped on that.
It would help put a dent.
Go us.
We used to catch bees, and then we would lick the end of our belt that was made out of leather and put the bee on there, and it would sting it, and then we could play with a bee that wasn't in any danger of stinging us.
Yeah, that's a fucking good idea.
Yeah. Thanks for the mosquito one. That's a good one. I didn't know that one.
I had a bee hanging out of my knee one time, but I didn't think to play with him. I got him out of there. It's kind of freaky.
It was the bee's knees.
Oh, I gotta go.
The water company in England, final story, is pleading with households not to flush exotic animals down the toilet after they discovered in a sewer a whole bunch of piranha.
Oh! Fuck that. My mongoose gotta go.
Piranha normally hunt in packs and can rip flesh to shreds in a matter of seconds. In a statement, the water company said, only peas that should go down the toilet are pee, poo, and paper.
Wait a minute. Guys, hear me out. I think I've got a solution here.
Yeah.
Remember how there's a big problem with the baby wipes and people flushing baby wipes?
Yeah. Particularly in England, yeah.
Hear me out. What if, let me break it down to you, man to man. Hang on a second. Real talk, that's what it was. What if we put piranhas in the sewage to eat through the baby wipes?
Maybe if you made them cow flavored or something.
If you made all the baby wipes have a little bit of a meat flavor to it?
Yes.
Right.
Just smear them with fish oil?
Yeah.
Well, but don't piranha want to eat shit, though?
No.
What if it's meat shit?
Oh.
Right. So
They're not natural predators.
Vegans are not allowed to use baby wipes. Only meat eaters.
Only Germans.
It's an idea.
It is an
Might
idea.
get us
I was
started.
just trying to help. But hey, fuck me. Go ahead, clog the toilet.
No, but I was looking at...
I mean, nobody likes piranha, you know? Except for weird people that have them in glass things.
Exactly.
And the only reason they have piranhas is because they can't afford a good car.
Because they're a bad
They just
guy.
want to take a girl home and be like, yeah, I've got piranhas in my tank. Blow me.
They must eat a shit ton of rats if they're in the sewage system.
They must.
I'm just saying, if they're surviving in the sewage,
Right.
then let them stay in there and just eat everything.
But what happens when eventually piranha goes up the toilet and eats someone's butthole?
It can't.
I don't know about that.
It cannot go... Come on, Catherwood.
Dude,
someone
alligators
else.
An alligator came out of a toilet and bit somebody's balls off.
Alligators come out of toilets.
Did they really?
Will, Southern man, back me up on
Okay, that was a big story. The alligators in the sewer system was a big, urban legend growing up. I don't know of a case where an alligator came up out of the sewer. However, when I was reading the story, they were talking about how they found bed sheets that people had flushed down the toilet, which seems amazing. I know.
Sheets?
I used
Maybe
to
somebody needed to escape through their
I
toilet.
used to flush my undies down the toilet when I would shit my pants so my dad wouldn't beat me up.
Yeah, I get that.
That led me to a website where it was a bunch of plumbers talking about weird shit that they found, and this one person published a compilation. One woman found a squirrel that had come up out of the toilet in her toilet. It had not come from outside of the house. It had come up from the toilet, and it was covered in shit. And she got with some barbecue tongs and put it in the bath and washed it off and then put it outside.
And he was fine.
Yeah.
Did it swirl out clockwise or counterclockwise?
Exactly.
Shit squirrel.
It's a survival right there.
See, a guy found $93,000 in the toilet. He was a janitor, and he found all this money in the toilet. It was stolen money, and the judge gave him $76,000 of the money as a reward for turning it in, which was nice. Let's see. A French archaeologist found a hairpin in an ancient toilet that belonged to some queen or something. Police were called to investigate a strange device discovered in a toilet in England. It turned out to be a live World War II bomb.
Whoa!
Yeah. Still intact.
Do not go in there.
Right. These guys excavated from an 18th century toilet a 300-year-old dildo that looks exactly like it did back in the day, made of leather and full of bristles.
Yeah! Metal.
Everybody loves fucking themselves. Girls are trying to be hiding for years. But the fact of the matter is, every time you're alone, you're shoving things in your box. You dirty whores!
Bristly leather dildo.
Yeah. Ooh, let me just strap up a leather instrument to jam in my cake all You guys, come on, ladies. Come on.
In 2013, at a porta potty in Cape Town, they had to get a guy out of the toilet. His butt was stuck in there.
Oh, I thought he was like, because there's been guys in the porta potty looking at people poo.
No,
You know
I
that?
know. I had that story too.
That's insane.
He said his girlfriend pushed him down in the toilet, but police were not able to find any evidence this guy had a girlfriend.
Oh.
But this guy, it took him 40 minutes to get him out, and he was naked, and his eyes were bloodshot. They were thinking maybe he was high on something.
Yeah.
A
His
4-year-old
eyes were bloodshot because of all the poopy that was in there.
A 4-year-old boy decided to give his baby puppy a bath and flushed it down the toilet. And guess what? They were able to put a camera down there and find the puppy and get him out of a manhole cover down the block.
No!
Yes! Alive!
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 Woo! Greatest dog ever!
Kitty puppy, you're the one.
And I was thinking, another guy found $2.7 million in poker chips in a toilet. But thought they were. But each one has a photograph. Like here's the squirrel and the bomb, and here's the 300-year-old dildo. It looks fairly large.
And it's got balls on it.
And it's got bristles on it.
Yeah, they know.
Oh, and finally, here's
authentic bristly ball hair.
Here's the photo of the guy that was stuck in the porta potty.
Yeah, he's a loser.
Yeah, look at him there. He's all naked and shivering.
And where's Poopy Puppy?
They didn't show him after. They only showed a picture of him after he was cleaned up. So, here's a picture, by the way, of a shark that was found in a McDonald's bathroom. It did not come up the pipes and eat someone's ass.
Somebody put it there.
Yeah.
All right, that's great stuff, Will. Thank you. We'll be back, everybody.
I apologize if you thought I was being a dick. Honest
should
to God, wasn't.
Will, you're always attacking me.
I've
had enough.
I like aggressive
Do it again, man.
debating.
Do it again!
No one can prove I said that. Oh shit, are we on the line? I am leaving. I wasn't going to be in today, but the appointment got moved back. So my kid has to have some bone examination. He doesn't think that I'm going to be out. Okay. I'll leave here about 20 minutes or so. You should be good now. Did it send you the thingy? Yep, I accepted it. So I don't know if that shoots an email back to you. No, I haven't gotten that. If I don't talk to you, Jason, have a good weekend.
Me too.
Not only has my kid got the arthritis, but also he's been growing still at an alarming rate.
Growing?
Yes.
He's
Getting taller?
Way taller than me. And Yeah, he's still growing.
Like he might be like a real tall guy.
Maybe. We're gonna find out. I have the appointment today, and I have an appointment on the 30th.
Rock ballad.
And that might be a bad thing?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's just weird that he's had a growth spurt that's lasted for 2 years, and you know, it's like been growing up. I mean, I could show you a picture of him a year ago and now, and it's crazy.
I'll
Yeah.
give you my dirty little secret. There's another upbeat one. It ends tonight.
It ends tonight.
Yeah, that's okay. They had a lot of hits.
Well, something totally. I was talking to a guy yesterday, a friend of mine. He just got back from England, and he saw them at Wembley.
All American region.
Yeah, and I was like, what? I guess that we just missed. With the internet, people can have huge careers that you just don't know about.
What was it like? There was some band that's big, but like sold out Madison Square Garden for like 3 nights, and it's just would not expect Imagine Dragons to do 3 straight nights at the Garden, but.
Can I steal one of these here club sodas?
Take whatever.
How was Japan?
What are you fucking assholes doing?
I had a good time.
You ever propose to your lady?
I don't have a lady.
Oh, well, there you go. I was hoping you maybe keep the theme alive.
I proposed to my homie, and he gave me used undies.
It's legal now. If I wasn't legitimately married, I would totally get joke married to like one of my
For the tax breaks?
friends. Guys, have a kick-ass wedding. Be married.
Make everybody buy me presents.
Yeah, I mean, get divorced like a month later, but
Keep the presents.
So we'll have 2 shorter segments here, having gone long there. We can do the Steven Seagal fill in the blank, and you 3 and Kevin can guess the answers to the questions that I have from that.
Okay.
If you want to
Okay.
to do that coming back.
Great.
Okay.
Love it.
It was bonkers.
Yeah, no, I told you it was gonna be. I told you it was gonna be good. Just the shit that I read, it was.
But like my recommended books to read now on Amazon
Right.
are insane. We'll do that. If you want, I'll sit on the couch.
Okay.
do you think you could put in a good word with Aubrey Marcus for me?
Yeah? What do you want?
I'd love for him, if he's going to be in LA for a while, I'd love for him to come on the fitness podcast that Dr. Drew and I do.
Fuck. Let me text him after the show because I don't know. I don't think he's here for the weekend.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll hit him up.
Even if I do it by Skype.
I'll ask him as soon as this shit is done.
I also desperately think that my brother-in-law should be an on-it athlete.
Why is that?
Because he thinks outside the box. Aubrey does everything kind of like non-conformist stuff, and he's got no legs and does these
ultra
endurance runs and stuff like that. He's just super inspirational.
I mean, yeah, I'm not his boss, but I would not be surprised that he would be into that. Son of a fucking...
Hey, I'm Malin Ackerman from Showtime's Billions. You may have also seen me in Rock of Ages, sticking my tongue down Tom Cruise's ear. I'm on the show where I tattooed the guy's ass who is hosting it. That's right, Jason Ellis has my name tattooed on his buttocks. It's the Jason Ellis Show on Sirius.
This morning, TMZ reported that Arnold Schwarzenegger had undergone emergency open heart surgery here in Los Angeles' Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. It was subsequently updated as Arnold's people told TMZ that the procedure was simply to replace a pulmonic valve that was originally replaced due to, basically he had a thing in there that needed to be replaced, and that the open heart surgery team was just standing by in case things did not go according to plan, which they did. Arnold is said to be recovering from surgery and in stable condition. His first words after waking up:
I'll be back.
I'm back.
Oh. He did not say that.
That's what his people say.
Yeah, you did.
Ouch! Ouch! My pulmonic nerve.
It hurts. That sucks if it hurts him like that. That'd be bad. That'd be sad.
And speaking of larger-than-life action movie superstars, Andrew Bruce is here.
Right, but it's more of the idea of what I've been doing the past couple days.
Fingering your ass.
Nope, I've been reading.
Butt douche.
Sorry.
Tonguing your own pussy.
Wrong.
Eating tampons.
Nope, you guys aren't getting close. I already told you the answer. It was reading.
Shitting in your own mouth.
Oiling your joints.
Eating tampons is harsh, man.
Reading books.
Oh.
Scaring villagers.
Nope, I'm not a giant.
Putting baby
In that
oil
way.
on your nipples.
I feel like you're not getting the hint.
Making potato chips out of your pubes.
Drinking your own boob milk.
No, not quite. I've been reading
Fisting Cabbage Patch Kids.
we've got an hour and 15 minutes left. You guys want to keep guessing?
Giving out your scabs to kids and telling them it's beef jerky.
That's a strange one. But no, you're wrong. You're all wrong. I've been spending my nights reading Steven Seagal's new novel.
While masturbating.
No, I was not jerking off during this. It's called The Way of the Shadow Wolves.
Way of the Shadow Wolves.
And it is
Were you doing Kegels at the same time?
No, I was I like these type of books. This is like FBI, CIA guy, detective is solving some type of crime. But this was a little different. Just for example, when I got this on Amazon, the books that are recommended to me now are Humans Are Not From Earth, Killing the Deep State, The Plot to Scapegoat Russia, and Trump-apocalypse.
Oh, God.
So, just to give you an idea on where this book fits.
Those are the waters in which you now wade.
Right, and so...
Yeah, when you have like a viewpoint and you know that it, like a crazy viewpoint, you know it's shared by Steven Seagal, doesn't that kind of throw cold water in your face and kind of wake you up a bit? Like, oh, fuck. Really?
Yeah, this book was nuts.
You don't want to be thinking parallel to Seagal.
Yeah, if my wavelength is at any way tuned into like Seagal, I'm reevaluating my entire life.
So while reading this book, I isolated a couple passages, and I'm going to do fill in the blank for you guys to kind of follow along with the plot of the book. Of course, read the plot of the book to start, and this is the story of an Arizona tribal police officer who stumbles onto one of the biggest cases in the history of the Southwest. He's a member of an elite group within the Native American communities known as the Shadow Wolves. What comes with his discovery is the uncovering of massive corruption in places where he once had placed his total trust.
I don't know who to trust anymore.
Kind of got that.
So, Steven Seagal exposing America for what it truly is in a fictional novel. All right.
So is this like fiction disguised? Like he?
Oh, it's blatantly about Barack Obama. it's like one of the lines is like, the cause of this, you know, it's his name. It starts with the letter B. And it's like, oh, yes, Barack. We get it. All right, so the first fill in the blank
I like when he tries to be mysterious.
And there's a lot of MMA, a ton of crescent kicks in this book.
Wait, he's giving people crescent kicks?
The detective, one of the Shadow Wolves, is just handing out crescent kicks.
Okay.
It's his favorite kick.
Who wants to get crescent kicked?
All right, first fill in the blank is his sense was that the then presidential administration in Washington was using the media as the potent tool for forwarding their blank.
Dick pics.
Internet memes.
Cute puppy pics.
It is either the war on Christmas,
Oh.
child sex rings, open borders agenda, or PC culture.
Open borders agenda.
Child sex rings.
No, that's Hillary Clinton. What's the last one?
PC culture.
Yep.
I say war on Christmas. I lost 2 uncles in that war.
It is an open borders agenda.
Yeah!
Catherwood is correct.
I knew it was the globalist. Even when it was the Bears, I knew it was the globalists.
The lead character's name is John, by the way, and he's one of the Shadow Wolves.
Does he have a kick-ass last name like Fairweather Tail?
It's G'day.
G'day.
How are his crescent kicks?
Oh, well, he is a Shadow Wolf, and so it's weird. It's not entirely clear with the writing whether you can actually become like a wolf and like in terms of transport himself into different areas.
He's a shapeshifter?
Yeah,
and he can teleport?
He avoids bullets at some kind of magnificent rate
Oh, cool.
and just like appears in front of people. It's impressive what this guy's ability is. Next fill in the blank is, what troubled John even more was that the country was asleep when it came to the OTMs.
When was the last time John saw his penis? Without looking in the mirror.
He fucks in the book.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, and like hot, big-titted chicks like try to come on to him. He then kills her.
Does he stop?
He
Spoiler.
fucks him and kills him?
Well, no, he's got a girlfriend, but then in the bar, this big-titted chick comes on to him, and he's like, I'm taken. And then that woman attacks him in the parking lot, and he kills her.
Right, that's real.
There's only room for 2 huge tits in this relationship. Mine.
So how detailed do the sex scenes in the book go?
Not very detailed. The martial arts scene's way more detailed.
I fucked her.
That's right.
So what
I
does...
fucked her in just in 5 seconds. Then I crescent kicked her ass out the door.
I crescent kick your cunt.
What does OTM stand for?
On the map.
Orchestral maneuvers in the dark.
Over there, Michael.
Out the mouth.
They come up a
On
lot.
the money.
Ovaries, testicles, mother.
First you get the ovaries, and then you get the testicles.
Then you call my mom.
Obama's titty mounds.
That's pretty good. That's probably what it is.
Obama's taint medicine.
Obama's tight mouth.
Ooh, solid.
It is either Obama's transitional monarchy,
shit.
other than Mexicans, Operation Takeover Media.
Other than Mexicans.
Obama's transgender mom.
Man, you can't. This can't be any of them.
It's other than Mexicans. It is.
It's the first one.
Obama's transitional monarchy?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
Tully's
yeah.
guess?
Wants to take
Yeah, it has
over,
to
yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Catherwood, other than Mexicans.
Yeah! They were some type of Hispanic, but they were other than Mexican.
Yeah, really, what is the context in which you would use that?
All the people streaming over the border
Oh, I
are
see.
OTMs.
I crescent kicked 4,000 OTMs.
Right, there's the Mexican illegals, and then there's the
Right.
the jihadists. And,
Muslims.
Right,
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
it's Muslims in this book.
Wait, he says Muslims in the book.
Oh,
Like,
it's very anti-Muslim.
fuck.
We'll get to that in a bit.
I don't think he made that up. I think that's like a term, right, for illegal.
I'd never
immigration.
heard OTMs
Okay.
before, but
I think even cops in Southern California use it when they're talking about Hispanics that are.
Well, Shadow Wolf is a cop, so that's why he's using that.
that's true. All right, let's go to mixed martial arts. Fill in the blank here. John put his hand up, turned it from front to back, then closed it from pinky to thumb in circular grasps, known in martial arts as the blank.
Hand giggles.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. Fist.
Yeah, me too. The fist.
Eagle claw,
Oh man.
talon fist, hawk hand, falcon form.
Did
Talent-
Steven Seagal claim
talent
that he
fist.
invented the fist?
You just did the motion.
No,
I'm going Eagle Claw!
A lot of people don't understand that if you actually close your hand and tighten it into a ball, it can be a lethal weapon.
So turn your fist from front to back and close it from pinky to thumb.
Crane claw thing.
Eagle claw, talon fist,
Talon fist.
hawk hand, falcon form.
Falcon form.
Punch fingered.
Eagle Claw!
Falcon form is a sick word.
That is a point for Jason. It is the Talon Fist.
Yeah, it sounds super Asian. He loves it.
All right, next one. Armanda needed his approval, and John left the room after giving Wilson a look he had learned from his Chinese internal martial arts teacher.
See?
Internal martial arts.
Yes. Something
Wilson.
Wait,
Wilson's
his
a
teacher's
bad
inside
cop.
him? Is that why he's so fat? There's like a coach in his belly.
Something he had been taught in
A right kick!
MMA.
What's that, coach?
Go do the crescent kick.
Yeah, he'll let the world believe that he's this fat blob. Actually, Mr. Miyagi is hugging onto him like a koala.
This whole time, no one understood how he beats everybody single-handed is because he's not single-handed. Mr. Miyagi is in his belly.
All right, so John left the room after giving Wilson a look he had learned from his Chinese internal martial arts teacher.
His ex-wife.
Something that was known as the blank. It was completely void of emotion.
The death stare.
Empty. An abyss that no one would ever want to fall into.
The death
Having
place.
sex with Steven Seagal.
Gabe.
Fuck me eyes.
The Obama stare.
It's called the lazy lion, the tranquil tiger, the iron face, or the somber snake.
What are the first two again?
Lazy lion, tranquil tiger, iron face, or somber snake.
It's tranquil tiger.
Iron Face is the toughest one.
But I like it, so I'm going with that.
Yeah.
Iron Face.
Me too.
I'm not going to get a point.
He's so tranquil tiger.
That is a point for Tully and Kevin. It is
Oh!
Face.
All right.
All the other ones don't make him sound as awesome as he thinks Iron Face sounds.
Yeah, Iron Face is incredibly stupid.
It is crystal clear to all of us that the United States government is completely penetrated, and this trafficking of blank is approved by the president himself and being protected by rogue elements of the CIA, FBI, and DEA.
Kid porn.
Mexicans.
Beaners.
Exotic cats, human jihadists,
Jesus.
illegal guns, blood diamonds.
Blood diamonds.
Jihadists.
Wait, yeah, it's jihadists.
What was the cats thing?
That's part of the transitional
Exotic
monarchy.
Cats.
Yeah.
Exotic cats.
Jihadists, yeah.
I'm going with that. There's like, why would Andrew make up exotic cats?
Because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
human jihadists.
I still think it's a cat. Conspiracy!
They're bringing them all in here, which explains why there are acts of Muslim terrorism literally every single day in America.
Thanks, Obama.
This book does sound amazing. I might have to read this.
It's only 99 cents on Kindle. Reduced from $14.99.
It's a full 250 pages. So you're going to spend some time in Steven Seagal's mind.
No, I'm not.
Are there any pictures?
No, it's just
Oh,
words.
wow. Big boy book.
John went blank.
Use your imagination, you little fuck.
Poop.
John went blank. A martial arts method of draining all expression from one's face.
Full retard.
Passive puma.
Oh my god! This guy is just fucking on a couch smoking heroin, just making up shit all day. Like, holy shit.
Deathly owl.
Yes.
Or tiger face.
Tiger Face.
Tiger Face.
Yeah,
Oh, he's doubling down on the face thing?
go again, do it again.
John went blank. A martial arts method of draining all expression from one's face.
Human
Either passive puma, deathly owl, or tiger face.
Iron Face and Tiger
I
Face.
know, right? But passive puma. I mean,
Sounds so good.
all right. I'm just gonna have to go riff out on myself and passive puma it.
It
'cause
sounds like a passive-aggressive Master of the Universe.
it's such a fucking stupid thing because it rhymes too, so it's great.
Yeah, and Deathly Owl sounds too much like Harry Potter, Deathly Hollows. So I think that's how you made that one up.
You can't like Iron Face, Tiger Face, Panda. You can't just keep facing everybody. Okay, all right.
He uses his face a lot.
I know many faces that all look the same.
I'm going with passive puma as well. That seems
Kabuki
like-
face. Your eyes are closed when you do it a kabuki face.
That's a point for Tully. That is the tiger face.
Oh, he won't
I
stop.
went Tiger Face too.
And Catherwood. I'll put your name down.
Oh, so did I.
Yeah.
That's 1 point.
You're all great. You're all the best.
Yeah, John. The ones that can be trusted because the blanks are all over the White House and mingled into most enforcement and intelligence agencies.
Oh man, I can't say.
I know, me
any jokes
neither.
wanna
I
say.
know, right? I got 3 and I'm leaving them out.
Oh, it's Muslims again.
It is either
No.
Scientologists, Muslim Brotherhood, or the Amish.
It's Muslim.
It's
Yeah,
not
Muslims.
it.
Yeah, it's
The MB, as we say in the
The
business.
Amish, Andrew. Come on.
All right. If we all had to depend on, I mean, it was so obvious. I was like, what can I make up?
The shadow.
Notice how everybody in the White House has a long beard and turn the light on.
You ever notice Abraham Lincoln kind of looks like
They make their own butter.
You ever notice how they never call you back?
How'd you call him?
How did he use Air Force One?
I'm beginning to have my suspicions about Brother Jedediah.
No one's ever said that. No one. Brother Jebediah is fucking solid, and everybody knows it. You get butter from him, it's fucking 100% butter.
I don't think he really went to UCLA.
Brother Jebediah did not do that.
Just a couple more fill in the blanks left. If all we had to depend on to do it was the U.S. government, then we'd all be toast, and you'd wind up wearing a blank if you still had a head.
A turban.
And all the men would be on prayer rugs 5 times a day.
Oh.
Dang, he's really got it in for the Muslim people, huh?
A gigantic Amish hat.
I did have bonnet as one of the possibilities for this. So it's a bonnet, scarlet letter,
A helmet.
top hat, headscarf.
You're an idiot.
Yarmulke.
New era baseball cap.
Headscarf. Top hat. You idiot.
Mickey Mouse ears.
Everyone's going to be wearing top hats and flying carpets. You'll see.
Oh yeah, Catherwood's right. It's headscarf.
Yeah. No shit.
This one might be obvious as well. The one thing that jumps out at me is how blank and blank can mix together. It's not something that seems like it would go down easily.
How Muslims and whites can go together.
You got one of them.
Lizard people and gay frogs.
Is it Muslims and Protestants?
Muslims and globalists.
Muslims and Satanists.
Muslims and Muslims.
So what's the difference?
Muslims and
You gotta say that to Jogo.
Muslims and Catholics.
Oh, it's Muslims and Catholics.
It is Muslims and Catholics.
But what did the Catholics do?
Well, they're in charge, and they're working with the Muslims to overthrow the country.
Don't even get me started with the Pope.
With the OTMs.
He's working with the Muslims and Obama.
I'm a Catholic. I'm not in charge of shit.
Well, that's what they think. It's surprising that the Muslims and Catholics are able to work together.
That's what Catholics say when they're in charge of shit. I'm up on your shit, Michael. You're in charge of everything.
Sniffed it out.
Right?
Last fill in the blank. This was towards the end of the book, but it doesn't really give anything away, in case you were pining to read the book this weekend. Their feet made no sound as they lifted their bodies by...
Muslims! Sorry.
Obama.
Arabs.
Deep state. Their feet made no sound as they lifted their bodies by lifting
Crocodile Dundee!
Oh, mate.
Oh,
Press
mate.
and kick.
It's no sound.
Ninjas.
Floating Mexicans.
By lifting...
You can never catch those guys.
Never hear them coming.
No.
Floating other than Mexicans.
Aqua Muslims.
Mud Muslims.
Their feet made no sound as they lifted their bodies by lifting their energy upward.
Oh.
All part of what made the Shadow Wolves so deadly. Their stealth ability was much like that of blank.
The Musluminatis.
Man, those guys are cool. Chuck Norris?
Jewish Muslim globalists.
Well, this is a positive thing because we're talking about the Shadow Wolves,
Right.
who are the good guys in Steven Seagal's book.
Oh, Apache Arrowhead man.
Mogwais.
Putin.
I've got samurais, ninjas, mimes, or the dead.
You're an idiot. Mimes.
We can toss out mimes. It's
Yeah.
not that one.
The dead.
Ninjas. No, samurais, because ninjas, he's not... Wait, is he a ninja or a samurai? What is he? Ninja is not real.
Jason and Bo.
Samurai is more his bullshit because he wears a kimono. So yeah, samurai.
See, I'm going to go with ninjas. I think samurai is too feudal Japan for him.
You never walk with the dead.
Tully?
Yeah, I'll go with the dead.
It is ninjas.
Oh.
Boom. He's a
So
ninja.
the Shadow Wolves are very much like ninjas
Makes sense.
as they jump around and avoid bullets and drones.
It makes
and the
sense
deep
when
state.
you're 400 pounds and you look like a pregnant man.
I'm 380.
So that's the book. It
He's
was
very evasive.
an interesting read.
And he can move out of the way of bullets.
Yeah, the weird part of the book is there's a...
Why have a bulletproof kimono if you can move out of the way of bullets? I guess every now and then you might have a bad day and catch one. I get it.
can I spoil a part of the book?
Yeah, because no one's reading it.
Normally in these books, like, nothing bad happens. Multiple bombs go off and kill tons of people at the end of this book.
Like the world dies?
Like, there's a bombing in Vegas, in Minnesota, in Albuquerque, in Brooklyn, in New York. Like, bombs go off everywhere. Now, hundreds of thousands of people don't die, but quite a number of people die.
Well, he's trying to make people with his fiction contemplate the inevitable reality that will confront them if they put their faith in Barack Obama.
Not to mention, if something blows up, how cool he'll feel when he can say, "I told you so."
I'm like Nostradamus.
It's going to be hard to make this this book a movie just because it's so anti-Muslim and like there's pig blood knives and things like that. All the like the crazy stereotypes that exist.
It's probably why it's a book.
Yeah,
and not a movie. I'm sure he pitches to any studio that would see him.
You think he wrote this, or there's a co-writer?
He wrote this.
He
a
probably
co-writer like Michael, where Steven Seagal punished this guy by saying, "I was, there I was, like a ninja or a ghost. I'm kind of like a," and then this dude has to write down the shit.
That bullshit.
Yeah, he sat there just mapping out where the crescent kicks come in and where the lizard people. And
he probably sifted through like a couple of other scenarios where it was like, okay, dude, you can't just like set fire to the fucking A-Rap, and like he probably sifted through the real uncalled for shit that he put in there.
I burned his prayer rug.
Yeah. Yeah, like he's just a crazy big fat racist guy, right?
His scarf.
I'm looking at the co-authors.
Can't put that in there, man. I bet I did.
I'm looking at the author's Facebook page. There's a foreword to this book by
Sheriff Joe Arpaio.
Oh,
so he's the sheriff that like made inmates stay in tents in Arizona and wear like pink prison outfits, and was convicted of like not obeying federal law, and Trump pardoned him.
Hero of the far right.
Yeah. It's not a long.
Ton of people died in his
It's a couple paragraphs that he wrote ahead of it, but then it jumps right into the Shadow Wolves overcoming the deep state.
Well, it sounds terrifying that we live in this world, but it sounds like positive things are on the horizon because the Shadow Wolves are here.
Yeah, and there are women that are Shadow Wolves.
Great, because
very progressive.
It's very enlightened.
Yeah.
There are only 30 that
new,
exist.
right? That's new, right?
So it'll be tough if I think like one got taken out and one kind of double crossed the guys, but they are fucking amazing.
Sounds like it.
Yeah,
awesome ladies totally know their place.
Sounds like they everything's gonna be all right.
Gnarly tits.
So that's the book. Get it if you want for under $1. And read it.
Take a break. We'll be back.
Yeah.
It's fucking. My wife doesn't sleep, so when she sleeps, I feel like I can't wake her up. So I did like the tippy toe thing all morning this morning. I didn't eat. So I didn't want to, because she's so fucked up, dude. Like, she's got these steroids from her migraines or something. So, like, I woke up at like 7 and she was snoring, and I was like, because I just knew she's super, like, she wakes up easy too. And I'm like, man, I'm sick of getting those fucking looks. Because I roll over in bed. Oh. You really came from the gym, huh?
I did.
Got your gym back.
I did. Yes.
You're swole. It's not a long weekend, is it?
It is
No,
not.
Just, I mean, it would have been today for Good Friday if anybody got days off, but
We can do the old man bit. I have pretty much a limitless supply of news too.
yeah. So you got like 30 minutes coming back if you want to shoot the shit and then do final calls, or we can do the coolest person over 60.
I don't think there's time for it.
Yeah, there's a lot of news.
Cool.
I've got a solid answer. Coolest person over 60.
Oh yeah.
Willie
Is it
Nelson.
Schwarzenegger?
Willie Nelson.
Yeah,
pretty
we'll
strong.
put him on the list.
Nicholson.
Yeah.
Nicholson's pretty fucking sweet. How old's Kurt Russell?
Right. Somebody I know knows him personally and fucking talks a mean game about how sweet he is.
He's super sweet.
Who was that? I think it's maybe Dax. Said like he's man's
Right, who
man.
was that goes
fucking-
and hangs out at their cabin or something?
Right.
Me.
Was it Dex?
Was
it?
it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's 'cause Oliver Hudson invites my wife and I.
Right. There you go.
I mean, I
He's
don't.
sweet,
My
right?
wife's went numerous. I've been twice, and he's fucking so awesome.
Right.
He's 67. I'll put him right there in that list.
One time I had sex with a pregnant lady that wasn't my baby's lady.
How was that?
It's pretty cool. It's pretty horny. I came in her, Will. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they call that the baby shower.
A former drummer for the band The Offspring.
Don, come on over. Rollerblades found in his butt.
A former Offspring drummer turned OBGYN.
Wait, I forgot what that meant. What's that?
Obstetrician gynecologist.
Oh, he's a box watcher.
He's a box doctor.
Right. And that's the end of the story?
Former Offspring drummer turned OBGYN saves the life of a prospective juror in a malpractice trial against himself.
What?
I can unpack all that. So this guy was the drummer for the Offspring.
Back when they were cool, man.
Pretty much, actually.
Okay.
From 84 until 87, he played on the band's debut single, but had left the band before they achieved mainstream success.
Oh, he was the real deal Holyfield, none of that sellout shit.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, on a blog post on the Offspring's official website, Dexter Holland once said that the problem with this guy is he was too busy trying to get into medical school to practice as much as they wanted to practice.
Right.
So he went his own way, they went theirs, and he is a doctor in Northern California, and he was accused of malpractice by a patient. I cannot tell you any details of the malpractice claim other than that it's gone to court, but while he was, while they're putting the trial together, a would-be juror was waiting to be called back into the courtroom when he collapsed, hit his head, and lost consciousness, at which point former Offspring drummer turned OBGYN and his nurse assistant gave the man CPR and shocked him with a defibrillator.
He had one with him?
And I question that as well. I don't know, yeah.
At court? Going to potentially...
I know. Look, the paramedics ended up taking the guy away, and he had a pulse when they took him away. I don't know, did they keep that shit on hand in a courtroom? Did the paramedics...
Oh, they probably do. Yeah.
Maybe they do.
Yeah, they would.
And in a really ironic twist, the family that filed the malpractice case against him...
He's in Green Day.
They moved for a mistrial... And I think got one because they said all of the jurors are going to be biased in his favor because they saw him save a life.
Yeah. Because they would. They'd be like, how bad could he be?
Right. Well, and I would say maybe just dismiss the suit because how bad could he be? He just saved a goddamn life. I don't know what.
Well, he was in Offspring.
That is true.
That's pretty bad.
And maybe he murdered this lady while he was giving her a pap smear or something. I don't know.
Oh, right, because we don't know the... right,
we don't know the details.
Maybe he murdered a lady giving her a pap smear. Because if that's the case... Oops. Yeah, I don't know. Explain yourself, sir, on how that... Like, did you clip an artery in there? Like, come on. Pap smears and death is pretty tough to do.
Good band.
Pap smears and death?
Yeah.
Is Will gone?
Speaking of death... Sorry. A headless chicken somehow...
Do you think... Beans, you got one in you? Pap smear and death. Okay. Alright. Wait, sorry. Okay, I feel like you want to rock. Okay. Yeah, it's Friday, man, so...
Yeah. Fear the smear.
You did a great job, I thought. I mean, till you started.
A bunch of monks in Thailand adopted a chicken that was decapitated, presumably
was still alive, though?
And lived for more than a week.
Chickens do that, they say. Which tells you there's not a lot upstairs when they can do that, right?
They had to feed him through a little, they had like a little syringe thing. They were just sticking. I'm serious. They were just sticking in the hole in his neck.
Oh man,
that's so metal,
isn't it?
Like he's the metalest bird that ever lived. Like you gotta. Did they have an Instagram account? Because I would love to follow like Chick the fucking headless chicken for a week.
He's dead now, but
I know, but man, they blew it. With so many exciting
did.
videos.
Sure
Here's
did.
Chick the headless chicken, fucking walking around with no head. I want to watch that video. Let alone petting him. What is he on the couch and shit with no head?
He's in a little yard. There's video of him.
Man, he's on it.
He's not doing much.
Right. Well,
He's had a rough day.
Yeah. I mean, in his defense, he has no head.
He's lost his mind.
Oh. Anyway.
All good things must come to an end, and also so do terrible things.
Yeah?
Sharknado 6 will be the final film in the franchise.
Yeah, nobody cares. You went way too far, and congratulations for even getting a shout out for this one.
Right, and also obviously nothing stops you from going back on your word and generating interest in returning.
Rolling Stones' last tour shit.
Right, everybody's last tour. Elton John, right? Paul Simon's probably taken me for a ride. Lying son of a bitch.
Whatever. I mean, man, the last one, I don't feel like going because it's the last one. I just like, if you want to see somebody you like, get to see him one time. You know? If you don't really care, then I don't. It means if it's the last one, I'm like, I don't really care, so I'm not going.
Right. I actually kind of like, even if it's a false alarm, I was never gonna. For example, Paul Simon, respect him, don't really love his music, whatever. But they go, it's the last tour, and I go, fuck. Well, I don't.
You've never seen him though.
I've never seen him.
But if you had and they brought this up, would you be less inclined to go?
Well, if I had gone to see him before, that would probably mean I was a bigger fan of his than I am.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
But
If I was the same level of fan and I just happened to have seen him years ago, no, I would definitely not think, well, now I need to go see him. But the thing is, if he just... There's obviously a part of me, a real part of me, a money-spending part of me that feels like if he says this is going to be the last time, well, I do want to see him one time. So I guess I'm happy he's not announcing his last tour happened last year.
Yep.
Well, there's nothing I could do about it.
Yeah.
So go ahead and false alarm me.
Yeah, because you haven't seen it, so I get that.
Yeah.
And I could also see how you'd think, oh, this is the last time he's singing this song in front of anybody, so it's going to mean a little bit more than just the time you see him sing it. But if you ever went to a band that you really like and you got to see him, and make the most of it right there, because who knows? Especially if you're from another country, they don't go. You know, I remember in Australia, if it's their final tour, they might not come to see me. I might just hear that that's their final tour and that's the end of it.
I've always been very fortunate in that regard that I've always lived in.
They come to your town.
If a band does 2 or 3 dates in America,
right.
I've lived in 2 of those.
Right. Yeah, there was tons of stuff where people just said that's the end of them and they never came ever. You treat it differently, because I've been in a situation where they didn't come, and when they did, it was shock and awe. And then when I came over here, where people had seen them before, right. You could just tell that the average person was not as awestruck as somebody from another country that they knew that they'd never been on this land before. It made a bigger difference.
You take it for granted. If you're
I feel like the Beatles or Elvis going to another country, I feel like those people were shitting a brick even harder, believe it or not, than the people from England for the Beatles or the people from America with Elvis.
Right. No, for sure. I mean, the like grunge documentaries that I watch, a lot of people believe that that's how like the grunge scene started in Seattle, is because most major touring rock bands at the time in the late 80s, early 90s, they didn't go to Seattle. So they had to like create this burgeoning scene of their own for them to all, and everyone knew each other, and it just kind of grew out of that.
Well, right, because when you're talking about bus tours, it's not enough to be a big city. You need to have another big enough city that's a day or two's drive away, or else it's not worth going there at all.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know where Portland is 20 years ago, but if you think about it, where are you going to go to and from? Even Seattle to San Francisco is pretty decent drive. You know?
Yeah, see, I felt like it was always. I was used to. It's a weird thing to be from Australia, because you're totally, like, white English-speaking person, but you have no. I mean, we're an island.
Yeah.
There's nobody that gets to come. If they come, everybody knows about it. I mean, I remember the first American pro that ever came to Australia wasn't like the best dude, but he was the first dude, and everybody came to see it because it was. Did you hear that Alan Losey was going to be in Australia? And it was fucking mind-boggling, because his board looked different, his shoes looked different, his socks, like, you could tell that everything that he had on was from another country.
Yeah, he's like an alien.
Yeah, they looked like aliens. Can't get that anymore. Fucking internet ruined everything.
Yeah.
It's a smaller world, for better and for worse. From killer sharks in the Sharknado franchise, we go to killer sea turtles.
Good, because I'm sick of hearing about how they get eaten all the time.
Scientists apparently
they're not eating us, are they?
No. They've just underestimated what sea turtles were able to do with their flippers. They thought that they understood, based on the brain of turtles, what the kinds of functions they'd be able to pull off. And it just seems like they can use their flippers in more hand-like fashion than they had ever thought. They do cute things, like if they eat food. Sea turtles have been seen licking the food off their flippers afterwards. But the reason why I bring this up is because they never suspected that sea turtles might be capable of karate chopping their prey.
Hell yeah! Yeah! Tell me you've got video. Please tell me you've got video.
I don't know if there's video of that. I do have a photo. Andrew's got a video up. I don't know what. I think they're just getting like scrounging for food here. Here's a still photo of a sea turtle karate chopping a.
Oh, that's right through the guts. That's a top shot.
That's in Queensland.
It makes sense because they do have like those are like kind of choppy blade looking things.
Yeah, they're like poor man's lobster claws.
Yep. Good for them.
Oh wait, is there a video of it? Yeah, there you go.
Oh, hey yeah. Hey.
Didn't have a
sea turtle karate chop of death.
You don't need elite speed to get us
maybe in
jellyfish.
Maybe in his mind he thought he came in pretty hot on that chop,
he thought he was awesome.
Yeah, he wouldn't want to throw that at me. You know what I'm saying? I'd be stepping to the side pretty easy right there. Look, here he comes, fast approaching. Jellyfish has no idea. He's just hanging out with all these mini fish over him.
Yeah.
He comes
And
up
he has
right
no
up
eyes.
to it. He's right up to it, and I think he sniffed it or he bit it. Wait, did he
But the
throw it?
jellyfish like got him with the goo, right?
Yeah,
See?
he got.
He's like, oh, get that off me.
Well,
no.
I think he bit it.
Was he trying to eat the stingy bits?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Like
it's
I said.
It's like if you have stringy meat and you take a bite and then you pulled the meat with the fork away from your mouth just to help your teeth out.
Yeah.
Getting that hunk off. Yeah, it's not all.
A roby load.
I'm going with my original statement that they are not very good at fighting. This chop is pretty weak. I mean, okay, I saw the chop. All right, I respect it. God.
It doesn't look anything like my chop.
Exactly.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh, fuck
It actually kind of looks exactly the same, but anyway.
Speaking of tearing animals in half, and
Yeah?
a deranged elderly animal lover killed a heron.
A heron?
A heron.
Who's-
You know, the birds.
Okay, sure, yep. Kill
to
one.
save a duckling by ripping the larger bird's stomach open to free the prey.
Hell yeah!
Wait a second. All the poor heron was doing was eating because it's a predator?
A tiny duckling. Yes. And I think this
Fuck
was like
that
in
bitch.
maybe
Wait,
in a
what?
park where the man likes to feed the ducks or something.
Or fuck that guy.
This is in North Wales.
Oh, the guy did it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the guy saw a teeny duckling getting eaten by a bird that was its predator.
Doing its thing, yeah.
And he didn't like it, so he tore the fucking big bird's gut open.
Yeah! Streets!
The streets are harsh.
That's right. It's a dog-eat-dog world. 1 minute you're the predator, and next minute you're the prey. Welcome to the streets. Yeah.
Welcome to North Wales.
Listen here, duck. You know what I mean? You think it's easy out here? Fucking, you know what I mean? Fuck you. You're peeking to me, bitch. Gotten ya. Show us your guts. I want to see what it looks like. I want to see what the insides look like. Sorry. Watched this movie the other day. Anyway.
Bird violence. A man learned why you don't taunt geese.
Yeah, I figure that social media, once again, has taught me that I know that. I don't need to know. If I see a goose, I'm not fucking with it because I've seen them take out people. And the other thing is, I don't believe I can be taken out by a goose, but I do believe that a goose would attack me to the point where I would be in a fight with a goose. And I'm not fighting a fucking goose, man. I mean, those dudes are cool. You know? Wait, this guy he just fell over by himself.
Pussy.
Me and Catherwood are picking this guy apart. I mean, if you're going to fight a goose, you don't do it like that,
He's running away, back-fisting, and then fell over.
Look, these guys are fucking with the goose. They're lying down in front of the goose. This is a goose fight on purpose. And I don't think that's fair. Look, this goose is like, this is life and death, which means goose is probably having some serious anxiety, while these kids are just fucking with the goose.
Good. No.
Well, as long as you get beaten as long as you don't fight back, I'm okay. But yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Everybody knows not to fuck with gooses.
Right, so this is one more guy who learned that. He filmed a video of himself. A woman was trying to get into some public restroom, and he was going there himself, and she's like, don't go in there. There's a goose that's blocking the doorway. And so he went over and was like, oh, you think you're all big and bad? I'll put you in a deep fryer. These are literal quotes. And then the goose attacked him.
Haha.
Yeah, and he posted it on Facebook.
Yay, Facebook.
A Pakistani teenager had a more than 70-pound tumor removed.
Yeah, this is one of those things where where I don't understand how you didn't go see someone earlier.
He didn't have money.
Oh.
That's how that happens. Somehow it gets, when it's big, nobody cares, and then when it's really big, nobody cares, and then it gets so big that finally somebody like brings a camera over and takes a picture, and somehow that picture winds up in front of physicians who go, whoa, we're not in the business of giving away our medical services for free, but that is ridiculous and potentially historic. The doctor said it is the biggest tumor that they have ever removed, and
that's great.
Yeah, and if I can show you a photo, it actually looks, I think you'll agree, like his problem might be more than just one 70-pound tumor.
Wait, what's that thing?
That's his leg and torso.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's another, he has more tumors.
Yeah, they said by removing that tumor, that ought to allow them to start getting at the other tumor.
Wow.
Bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got it off his hip. I think there's another one of probably comparable size attached somewhere to like his thigh.
I got a thing inside my hip I found out this morning from my MRI. What have I got? A cyst. Some type of cyst inside my hip, and like,
fuck.
I know. Probably gonna die.
No, you're good.
But check out Alistronics, the podcast. You know what I mean? Might be over. I might die soon from my cyst hip. Or I might cut my hip off and then have a robot leg. And then just kick cunts with my robot leg.
Keep your dick, though.
Oh, fuck. I mean, yeah, I get it, but, you know what I mean? Sometimes I'm like, maybe a robot dick.
Robot dick would be sweet.
You know what I mean? With a lot of rubber over it. You know what I mean? And if we could have like those twirly things where this thing spin around and it moves and stuff.
Corkscrew.
Yeah, it does all kinds of stuff, but it feels it's
like
very
a Swiss
soft.
It's a Swiss Army knife of a dick.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I don't want it to be feel like metal or anything tough. It needs to be very soft. I realise that the ladies don't appreciate, because if you do see Ellis thing, it bums people out. You got to watch it.
Well, there is now perhaps an alternative to Cialis.
Okay.
Robot dick?
No, shock treatment for erectile dysfunction.
Do they shock you or your dick?
Your dick.
Wake up, man! That's so bad to spit up. But so you're not gonna. This is a one shock. I'm hard for the rest of my life treatment. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh man, I get shocked to fuck.
No. It's somewhere between the two. I don't know how many times you're supposed to do it, but the idea would be that it would cure you. You'd have a series of treatments,
and then you just get erections all the time again.
Yeah, they said at the very, very least, this is probably the best alternative option for the 10% of men who get no effect from Viagra or Cialis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it could. That's like the worst case scenario. The best case scenario would be that this would replace Viagra because it actually cures erectile dysfunction.
You get the juice.
Stupid question, but does it hurt?
No, well, not a stupid question at all. They said that the sensation is. I was just looking at the quotes. They use the word anticlimactic. They said it's not. It doesn't hurt. It's sort of like you were expecting more.
Right.
Where is
I'll do it. I don't have erectile dysfunction, but it sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, right. I mean, I feel like I do that with my mistress when she like electrifies my dick and stuff. I feel like I'm probably already.
Yeah, you're already.
I might have cured myself without actually having the disease.
Having the problem in the first
place.
place.
Ride the lightning.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg's Bible of Love album is on top of the gospel charts.
Oh no.
Which isn't really saying all that much. It's number 185 on the Billboard album charts, which is good enough for number 1 on the gospel charts because people on the gospel charts don't actually move a whole heck of a lot of units.
Oh, Snoop.
He said he's brought some negativity in the world in the past, but he feels like now is the time for positivity and a new career.
Wait. I'm not a... Wait a minute.
Yeah, we played something from this, right?
No, we didn't.
Oh,
I didn't know that he was... Wait, is he a minister now? Is that a real thing that he's wearing right there? Like, it's...
Well, that looks like more of just like a choir robe kind of thing.
But is that like an everyday thing now? Like, is he in the church all day, or is this
like
just the album?
When he was Snoop Lion, he was Jamaican all the time.
Right. So is that what's happened right now? Like, has he gone full?
I don't think he's got all the time.
Okay, because he's still he's still going to get drunk and talk shit on Conor McGregor, right? Like
Yeah.
He's still going to be like, fuck Conor McGregor, or fucking smoke blunts with people.
Not very long ago, our friend Wheeler Walker posted a video of Snoop getting his hair done and smoking a lot of weed, listening to Wheeler's song "Fuck You, Bitch" and enjoying the hell out of it.
Good.
Okay, well then, okay. As long as we can do all of it.
As long as you can enjoy Wheeler.
Right.
Yeah, just everybody do everything. Okay, cool. All right, Snoop. Good for you. Cashing in.
Super gonorrhea.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Finally. Sorry, I meant
Is that the new Marvel movie?
Wait, super gonorrhea? I'm not watching it. So anyways, who's got it? Somebody's got it, right?
The guy in the UK picked up the world's
fucking English.
first ever, worst ever case of antibiotic resistant gonorrhea after a sexual rendezvous with a woman in Southeast Asia. Not all fun and games when it comes to Thai hookers.
Reminds me of my time in Nam, guys.
Wow. Super gonorrhea from a Thai hooker. Fuck. Why would you raw dog a Thai hooker?
I don't know, man.
Because they can't feel shit with a condom?
Oh,
but
yeah, but
still.
you can't. There's certain things you can't.
You don't want to feel super gonorrhea.
You gotta know when you're in. You gotta know. Nobody raw dogs Thai hookers. You can't do that. Not even Thai guys do that. I'm not trying to be mean. Nobody raw dogs a hooker. Thai hooker goes one worse, right?
Well, what if it's just the BJ kind that he got?
Okay, I can see how somebody would do that and not know, because I didn't know. But if you can get, yes, just so everyone knows, you can get it from anything now. Everything. Anybody's mouth touches your butthole or your penis, you can get gonorrhea. And you can get it in your mouth. And it can stay for, what is it? How long before it wasn't detected? Didn't we do something on that the other day? Some crazy shit.
Or is that gonorrhea or is that HPV?
I don't know. Okay.
I don't know.
Anyway. Watch out, everybody.
What else? A woman stole a police car?
Yeah, no, because she stole a car and then they pulled her over and then she stole their car.
That's exactly right. And she was handcuffed the entire time.
Does that mean that there was a camera in the police car and we could see how cool she was doing that?
I don't know about that. I can show you her mugshot.
She hot?
Depends on what you're into.
She's got to be skinny. Yeah, I mean, not anymore, but she had a day.
Hot tub before you.
Whew! Hot times!
Yeah, they pulled her over because she had a stolen car.
Smoked the day's last cigarette.
They put her in the handcuffs, and she must have gotten her legs up and under, so she got the handcuff hands from her back to her front, crawled from the back of the police cruiser into the front, drove off with it. I think she ended up abandoning that police car and running. They have her in the car, but still, kudos to you, crazy drunk meth lady.
Yeah, she's pretty sweet.
Yeah, well done, lady.
In other crazy drunk meth lady news, that woman was arrested after a raunchy come-on to the Easter Bunny at a mall.
No, that's not the bunny that you try to have sex with. Bunnies at the mall are working.
Yeah.
Bunnies at the bar, all right.
It's a blurry photo, but that just looks like the ad for an Amy Schumer movie, doesn't it?
Yeah. Really does. Oh wow.
Yeah, right. Straight up.
Yeah, that's it. But it's not.
She drinks a lot, and she needs a stable relationship.
She doesn't want to lose 40 pounds.
Exactly.
She plays by her
She
own
needs a
rules.
man, but first she needs a diet.
She says having diets is wrong for a girl.
She drinks Alfredo sauce.
She has an Alfredo sauce drinking problem. It's just constantly on the Alfredo sauce bottle. Just go.
I'll take the wine sauce.
Why can't I meet a man?
He fucks bunnies.
Yeah, she said apparently some sexually suggestive stuff, and kids were watching, and we all know exactly what happened here.
Oh, come on, lady.
Yeah, that's pretty strong.
I don't know, dude. That one a couple weeks ago was just...
Here, show me this one's body.
Was a dream woman.
I fucking can't believe
But it really...
Hell.
If you line them all up, the teachers that...
Oh, wait, there was a stepmother? Oh. Oh, okay. A third.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I banged an adult when I was 13, and it fucked me up forever.
Yeah, I did too. I was fine.
Yeah, you're great.
Nothing hurt me at all. I'm smooth.
She's pretty hot.
She's pretty hot.
That other one was ludicrous, dude. I don't know if we can find
it. Was ludicrous?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, this girl she is very pretty, but I don't know. Yeah, she is very pretty.
Oh, she's definitely pretty.
But I think, yeah, you know what, Michael? Can't you say that it's like if you're into, it's a certain one you're into, but they're all that hot? Well, there's only two.
No, I wouldn't.
Whoa.
No, I wouldn't agree
Whoa.
with that. Okay, we're looking at this list again, but who was the one that had like the photo? She was in a bikini on a boat.
Yeah.
She was like
She's on a
NFL.
boat.
She was like NFL cheerleader.
Yeah.
Okay,
now he's
particularly hot NFL cheerleader.
All right, let's go. Let's find this.
Yeah, they'll show Catherwood, and then he can. I think this is her. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, because she's got like a sad face, but then there's a
She's
video of her
pretty.
on a. Because I remember thinking she's pretty, but then you see her on a boat.
She's
and you
more
think,
my style.
You
She's
see her
got
body
the
and
dark
things.
hair.
Yeah, look at the.
Oh yeah.
She's pretty buff.
Yeah, I'd wax that ass.
But yeah, you know what? Now looking at her, I want to fuck the blonde one more.
She seems happier, the other blonde one.
Yeah.
You know, like she seems like
Really?
a happy-go-lucky.
Yeah, I'm more into the.
There's her putz of a husband.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, maybe not.
Look at me, I married a meatball.
My wife fucks 13-year-olds.
Oh, I know, right? No, I think she's prettier. Anyway.
Speaking of hot sex objects, two Los Angeles Rams cheerleaders will make history because they are men.
Love it. Okay.
All right, go for it, Mike. You have the floor.
I don't know. I mean, it won't last long.
What do you mean?
Why?
At the
Because-
NFL in Los Angeles, I agree.
Yeah. I think that they're trying something new, but it's not like college football where the cheerleaders do acrobatics and shit.
Mm-hmm. No, these guys are just going to be out there shaking
What
their
they're
thing.
looking for in
Wait.
NFL cheerleaders is not something that a guy can provide.
Are they homosexual guys?
I judge them to be homosexual guys.
Right. And for you judging it's a sin, Michael. But still, I think you might be spot on. And you're saying that this is not a somersault team. This is a bon-bon team.
NFL cheerleaders.
Sorry, what are they called?
They get out exactly like pom poms.
Pom-poms,
They
sorry.
go like, look at how hot we are.
Are they
today,
going to do
go
pom-pom
Raiders."
like strutting kicks and stuff?
I went to a Rams game, and that's all the cheerleaders were doing. They
'Cause
weren't
that-
doing any,
As a
pyramids and stuff.
As a guy that's okay with all that stuff, I wasn't sure if NFL fans were okay with that.
That's my point. Is the
Like,
demographic is
if
going to
you're
be
all-
well served.
Yeah, you all drunk, and then there's like these two guys.
All right, rip dudes.
Right? Okay. Isn't some drunk dude in the East Coast gonna start laying into them?
Yeah, like I said, I don't think this will last long.
Yeah, I just don't really know who is served by this, other than
Yeah,
the
who asked
social
for it?
justice warriors.
Exactly. It's
Oh,
like,
is that
hey,
what
look
it
at us? We're thinking outside the box.
There's not a lot of like gymnastics tumbling in the NFL cheerleaders currently. If these dudes are doing backflips down the end zone.
I go, hey, get out of the way. I want to see the chick's tits.
Can you blame him for saying that?
Quit flipping in front of me while I look at that woman's ass.
I don't know if they're gonna flip, man. Might just be doing the pom pom thing. But I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
They look happy to be there. Yep.
Yep, they're entitled to that $60 per game, 8 times per year, the same as any other woman is.
It really is that little?
It's a shitty gig. Yeah, it's not a totally great gig.
Well, if you ain't doing somersaults, I agree. If you just freaking pom pom it, fuck you.
Yeah, because like,
Flip.
I know that the Laker girls have like a really high standard because you actually have
Yeah.
to be a really good dancer. But
Right. Whoa, those are rowdy. It's a bad angle or something. They were on the way up in the air instead of down. I don't know. Who are they? Man,
it's the Rams cheerleader.
man, I am not going.
Nobody
It's
is.
not a good angle.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like anybody.
I don't want to go there. Go to Supercross.
It's
Fuck
kind of
this
like the UFC though, in that like I really do think now with angles and high def television and stuff, it's a much better experience on your couch than it is going. You know, I enjoy the excitement of going and seeing it every once in a while, but baseball I still love to go see, but football and combat sports, I just think it's better on your couch, man.
Yeah, I don't even feel like that's the people in the stands are like the paid audience.
Yeah.
Except they paid to be there.
There's not much time, but if you want to call 855-Ellis-41, final calls for the Jason Ellis Show for the week. Enjoy your Easter, everybody. May you get lots of eggs. Right? That's what you get, right?
That's what you get.
Egg hunting.
I'm a Cadbury egg fan, so this is a big holiday for me.
Right.
Eat those creamy eggs.
Though that sounds fun. Yeah, I'm going to miss out, unfortunately.
Yeah, we will be hunting for eggs.
Having a zombie something thing. Not a... Yeah. I don't know.
Can you elaborate? Zombie something.
A zombie, sexy zombie Jesus party or something? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Because of the resurrection.
Mm-hmm. On Sunday.
I've always thought it is weird that Christmas is such a big holiday and Easter's just kind of like a Catholic thing. That no one really gets all that pumped up. Everyone has a birthday, right? Like, Jesus was born on Christmas. Not really, but that's what we celebrate. The fact that he came back to life should be way bigger. That's way more important.
No, because back then, tons of people came back to life.
Oh, is that the case?
Yeah. If you read the Bible, a lot of people came back to life around that time. As a matter of fact, at one point, everybody came back to life for one story.
Like The Walking Dead.
Yeah, they all came back to life one day. But a lot of people around that time, well, not just one person, came back to life. It was a little more common back then. I believe if you read the Bible, it says that.
I want my dogs back.
Jason Ellis Show, you're live on the radio.
Hello?
Yeah, man. How's it going?
I just want to call and say happy Easter. First time I've called in and looked up in a while. And I like it.
Oh, cool. Well, happy Easter to you too. That's what you say, right? Thanks. All right.
Take it easy, man.
Yeah, bro.
It really isn't. I can't say like ho 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 or gobble gobble gobble.
Right.
Like hop
Yeah,
hop hop.
Yeah, you don't do it, right?
No, you don't
I
do
said
it.
Happy Easter in a post.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm a pun guy.
But I got it from an app that made my face look like a rabbit. It was cool, yeah. Yes, hello. You're welcome to the show. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, I haven't been called that for a while. Yeah, no way. Yep, told ya. Wow. Yeah, that's some horny shit. Good for you, dude.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Woo!
Later,
Fuck the
man.
shit out of each other, man.
Right?
Destroy.
Hey, that's cool. Happy joy. I can't believe I brought somebody that joy. That is a great time. I would recommend it to you and your wife, Mike.
I'd probably be in, but I think my wife would just watch. I don't think she's much.
But that's what I just said. What they did. Do that.
Yeah.
My wife isn't into it. My wife's like, no one's touching me. No one's hitting me.
Yeah.
I'm like, just come and
I
do
feel like my
stuff.
wife would just start laughing at me in pain, though. Like, I don't think she'd get turned on. I think she'd just be like, yeah, hit him more.
Yeah, but it's still fun.
Sure.
Yeah, I think my wife might be the same as yours. She's like, I'm not coming. I'm not interested in it at all. I'm like, yeah, but what if everybody comes? Will be horny. She's like, you're an idiot, but I'll go.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think she's ever been like, yeah, like beat my husband more. I don't think she's into it. I think she doesn't. She's actually terrified to see it. I think. Hello, Jason Ellis Show. You're live. Here.
Several of you were listening. First time calling in. Catherwood.
Yes.
What's up with the dog, dude? That shit was depressing. What's going on? I got dogs. What's up?
Well, because he was talking about everybody coming back to life, and I was like, I want to go there so that I can have my dogs back. That's all. They're in heaven.
We lost our dogs. He lost his dogs recently.
Jason lost his recently. I lost mine almost exactly a year ago.
Cool. We should bring
Great
that up,
catch.
though. I was way more positive with the last call. That was way better. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Thanks, everybody that listens to the show. Check out the Tully Show on demand. And
2 new episodes this weekend.
Love and hate, yes. So, yeah, appreciate everybody's support. Catherwood, yeah, boys, everybody that's a part of our family.
Swole Patrol.
Swole
Swole
Patrol.
podcast.
That's right.
Yes, thank you.
Everybody, enjoy your weekend. Don't die. I fixed my own computer this morning.
I'm impressed.
It's never been done by me.